Welcome to Seneca Indians Football, live on KNEO.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Seneca Indians. This is your home for every sack, interception, and touchdown. Now let's join Seth Wilson, Ben Walcott, and Daryl Harbaugh live on location.
And welcome to Seneca Indian Football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. I'm Seth Wilson. We are live at Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium in Seneca, Missouri for the 2025 home opener of your Seneca Indian football team. And I'm joined by Ben Walcott and Coach Daryl Harbaugh here in just a few moments as the Nevada Tigers have come to town to take on the Indians, a battle of state-ranked teams tonight. Seneca coming in with a 2-0 record, having defeated Cassville in Week 1, and then Mount Vernon last week 42-3. Nevada also 2-0, having defeated Monette in Week 1 63-34, and having defeated Aurora last week 49-0. Seneca hasn't hosted Nevada since 2022. We won't discuss the outcome of that game, but right now Seneca's on a 2-game winning streak against Nevada. The close game winning in the last minute on the touchdown pass to Hagen Ginger in 2023 up there. And then Seneca's shutting out Nevada last year by a score of 42-0. I'm joined by Ben Walcott, and Seneca seems to be piecing things together so far through the first 2 weeks after a loss, losing a lot of talent to graduation. On the lines up front, so you're kind of piecing things together so far.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of see the big difference between Week 1 and Week 2. Cody talked about it last week. You tend to grow up a lot between Week 1 and Week 2, and we saw that on both the offensive and defensive line. Aiden Crane was kind of a monster last week for Seneca on the defensive line, and then some of those offensive linemen were able to push those Mount Vernon linemen around and give them holes, and Probert and Miller had both monster games running the ball.
And if you look at Miller, according to some huddle statistics, not every game is probably on there, but I think he had the third longest rush for a touchdown last week, 78 yards, I believe it was. So a good night for him and Probert on the ground for sure. And Coach Daryl Harbaugh joining us as well. It's always great to be back home. What do you love most about being back at Earl Campbell Stadium here in Seneca, Missouri?
Well, you know, I couldn't even tell you how many years ago it's been. 45, close to 50 years ago, that it still looks the same. And I tell everybody, you know, that ask me about playing at Seneca, is it different? Man, it's the attitude that when you walk on the field, you're in the valley here. And they talk about the valley all the time. But until you set foot on that field, you really don't understand it. If it's in you and you want to play football, you love playing here.
Well, there's an expectation to win whenever you set foot on this turf, on the grass, down here in Seneca, Missouri. 6'4", 8'6", calling out. It's expected for you to win, expected for you to compete every single snap, every single play, every single second you're on the field, and then that's what these fans come to expect over the last 50 years, basically, since the football program was became like more of a playoff type of thing. But they had success back in the 50s and 40s as well. It's not just something that's gone on for 50 years, dating all the way back to 1922 and probably even further than that.
That's older than Daryl for once.
Well, yeah. You know, and I tell you guys this all the time that it was not. Of course, we didn't have the big stands like this. It was just a post with wires on it. And it was all the old guys that walked the sideline and yelling at you. It wasn't the coaches. You talk about peer pressure. You had peer pressure here because the old-timers would come watch you play, and you better play up to their expectations or they would let you know it.
Coach, one question. Are you considered an old-timer now walking the sidelines, yelling at the players, letting them know what's going on?
Well, not yet.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
If I get a few more years on me,
okay,
I might turn old. I'm not for sure.
All right, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. We come back, we'll have more pregame show for you. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Predators Pharmacy.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. In team sports, it isn't uncommon to hear about teammates getting into fights. But when tensions arise between teammates, the conflict needs to get settled immediately. By not letting the frustrations fester, the team can stay focused on attaining greater success as a unit. The same is true in our own lives. Even followers of Jesus experience tension with each other. But the Bible says if someone says, "I love God," but hates a fellow believer, that person is a liar. For if we don't love people we can see, how can we love God whom we cannot see? And he has given us this command: those who love God must also love their fellow believers. Although conflict is inevitable as imperfect people, if we understand what loving God really means, we will love his people too. So today, let's try to bring resolution to any outstanding conflicts and fight for unity with fellow believers. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
And we welcome you back here to Seneca, Missouri, as we are less than 40 minutes away from the kickoff of the home opener for the Indians here in 2025. Let's recap last week's game up at Mount Vernon. Seneca had a turnover on their third play from scrimmage, giving Mount Vernon a short field at the 25-yard line. However, the Seneca defense stood strong and was able to force a 29-yard field goal, and Mount Vernon led 3-0. That was all the defense would allow for as far as scoring from the Mountaineers offense. The very next play on offense, Jagger Wilson took the jet sweep onto the left side, and he was gone. Seneca never looked back after that score. Roman Miller went on to have a big night for the Indians, 14 carries, 160 yards with 3 touchdowns, all 3 of those scores coming in the first half. Probert was able to score as well, and his rushing total, he had 155 yards on 10 carries. And then Blaze Graham also took a reverse for 6, going from 56 yards out. Graham led the way with 9 tackles. Miller had 6. Haynes had 5. Wilson was credited with 3. 2 of those probably being touchdown-saving tackles from Jagger Wilson at that safety cornerback position. Ben, we have yet to see the passing attack be unleashed from Brody Probert from Coach Hilburn, which is very similar to last season's start. Not used a whole lot through the first 2 games. The 2 seasons almost kind of parallel to each other right now. Do you see the passing attack coming in alive tonight against this Nevada defense?
Well, if you're rushing for almost 400 yards a game, there's no need for it. So if they're able to rush for 400 yards, then to answer your question, no. But if for some reason they're having trouble with the running game, then yes, obviously the passing attack is going to have to come into play. But the way that they've been able to burst open holes these first 2 weeks, they haven't needed it. And so, I think later on in the year you may see it a little bit more. I think at one point, I can't remember if it was last week, they wanted to do a halfback pass, but it wasn't open, and I think they had pressure on the running back, and he got sacked for a loss. So, you may see more of that coming out, but I think at this point, I think Cody just wants to make sure they got their base stuff down before you start getting a little theatrical.
Well, right now, Seneca is -1 in the turnover battle. They've turned it over each game one time. They only have the 1 interception. Right now, they're probably playing a little bit more conservatively, hang on to the ball. That's the biggest thing you preach, and everything else will take care of itself. Eventually, it might unleash that passing game against the defense that dictates. Coach, defensively, no forced turnovers last game, like we just mentioned, only 1 in the season. What was the biggest thing you saw from the Indians last week on defense that they did so well?
Well, once again, speed. I know Mount Vernon had lost a lot from the previous year, but speed on defense. Our defensive line, I thought, did a heck of a job collapsing on their run game and making it hard for them to run. I asked you number 73's name again. Give it to me one more time.
Landon Harchie.
Landon Harchie. I'm telling you what, when I was watching him on film, I thought he did a great job on the inside, shedding the blocks, and also if he recognized pass, he was getting some pressure back in there from up the middle. That's key. You can get pressure from the outside. Sometimes that outside pressure doesn't work very well, but if you can get it up the middle, then you can cause some problems.
Yeah, bringing quarterback pressure, maybe not necessarily going to be a call tonight. We know Nevada is primarily a run-heavy first, but you're right, Coach. Forcing a lot of things Mount Vernon's hand when it came to their passing game. It kind of took them off the schedule. They want to try to pass, and whenever you're struggling to get any yardage anywhere, you're going to have troubles all night long. We're going to take another 2-minute break here. We come back, we'll have more pregame show for you. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors: People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District: tradition, pride, class.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
And we welcome you back here to Seneca, Missouri, as we are 32 minutes away from kickoff. It's time for the Southwest shout-out. Last week, we dropped the first media polls to you all. This week, we're going to give a shout-out to the Seneca volleyball team. They've had a rough start to the season, but they've had a strong showing here recently in the last 7 days. At the Conway tournament this past weekend, they had a good weekend. They started off against host Conway, falling 2-0. Then they won over Dora and Bradleyville, and both of those they won 2-0. They tied with Dixon. In the semifinals, they beat Dora again, and then they played Conway, falling in 2 sets again. Coach Ayo and her team beat Crane here at home on Tuesday night, 3-1. So they're starting out the season. They're kind of turning things around, get some victories under their belt, and hopefully they'll have a lot of success as this season progresses. So we want to give a shout-out to the Seneca volleyball team as they are having a good last week. They've won a few sets and kind of a little bit on a roll here recently, so hopefully they can continue to make that happen for them. Seneca, by the numbers so far, 881 rushing yards, 440.5 yards per game, 68% on third down, and 38 first downs so far on offense. We're going to take a quick break. We come back, we'll have more pregame show for you. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors: People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half-priced, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Mid-America Specialty Markets of Seneca is a supporter of the Seneca Indians, and they're proud to bring you today's game. They provide insurance services for the 4-state area, including home, auto, life, and agribusiness. Located at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, they are licensed in Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas. Learn more today at midminsurance.com or call 417-451-9177. Mid-America Specialty Markets. Protecting your business and family is our specialty.
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See bank for complete details.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network as we're less than 30 minutes away from the kickoff for the home opener here at Tom Hodge Field. It's time for the blast from the past. Last week we looked at the team from 1968. That was the first year playoffs in Missouri. Seneca was able to go to the state championship game. Unfortunately, they fell to Kabul by a score of 6-0. This week we're going to fast forward all the way to the 21st century. We're going to go to 2004. This is a team we have not covered, and I think we've been doing this for 5 years, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4 years. This may be the 5th season that we've done. I think we might have started with Coach Hilburn when he got here. Either way, we've not covered 2004. Seneca started that season with a tough loss to Republic, 20-21 in overtime. Josh Embry led the way on the ground with 71 yards on 13 carries and 2 scores. He also found Trent Wilson for a 22-yard pass in overtime. In the second game of the season, they faced off against Mount Vernon and won 34-6. Corey Box went for 150 and 2 scores. Embry ran for a score and also passed for 1 to Joe Hughes. Skylar Rollins also had a scoring run for the Indians offense. In week 3, they put up big numbers against Lamar, winning 55-14. Embry rushed for a score and passed for 2 more. Corey Box had 2 scores. Joe Hughes had a score as well as Colby Durbin, Houston Brady, Aaron Whitekiller, and Dustin Bowman. Just about everybody on the roster, it seems like, got a score against Lamar back in 2004. They continued their winning ways, defeating Matt County the next week 35-7. Then they faced a tough Neosho team the next week and took a 3-point loss to them 21-24. They then went on another 3-game winning streak, defeating East Newton 35-0, Carl Junction 21-19, and Aurora 30-27. They suffered their biggest loss of the season to Monette in Week 9. They lost by 10 points, 22-12, and they wrapped up the regular season with a win over Cassville, 48-21, making their season mark of 7-3. Against East Newton in that second 3-game winning streak, Henry rushed for 2 touchdowns and threw for another one, and Rollins had a 60-yard pick 6 for the Indians' defense. They were able to edge out Aurora, though, with just 4.6 seconds left. Derek Hall hit a 33-yard field goal for the Indians to win that one. Preseason stuff, Seneca was projected to finish 6th in the Big 8 Conference that season, according to the coaches poll. Monette was the only team projected above them that they didn't defeat. They finished 2nd in their conference that year in the Big 8. Seneca made it as high as 8th ranking in state that year. As far as those that were mentioned in the All-State, All-District, I couldn't find any All-Conference nods, but Josh Manley was 3rd team All-State defensive line. 1st team All-District defensive lineman and honorable mention offensive line. Blake Scribner, 2nd team All-District defensive line. Andy Blair was 1st team All-District offensive line, 2nd team linebacker. Joe Eustace was honorable mention linebacker, and Skylar Rollins, honorable mention defensive back. Those are all All-District nods. Josh Embry was 2nd team defensive back, All-District. Corey Box, honorable mention All-District running back. Colby Durbin, honorable mention tight end district-wise. And then Blair was also named to the News Leader All-District team out of Springfield. Now, Coach, do you have any connections to the Blair kid from 2004? Where'd you go, Coach? Did we lose you?
No, I'm here.
Got any connections to that Blair kid? You may know him a little bit.
Oh, I know him a little bit, and I can tell you a story or two about it if you want to hear one.
Well, I don't know if we have time. We've only got 25 minutes till we have the kickoff here. But
you got 25 minutes?
You can probably squeeze a couple of that. That was definitely a good football team, though, in 2004. Picked to finish 6th in the conference that year and finished 2nd, only losing to Monette. That's a pretty good turnaround. A lot of close games that season as well.
Well, here's a quick story for you, Seth.
Okay.
About this Blair kid, Anyway, they're playing Neosho here. And what happened was they stopped him on 3rd down, so Neosho comes out to kick to field goal. Well, Andy's the one that stopped the kid on 3rd down, but he broke his strap. And, back then you got to have your strap on.
Yep.
Well, instead, what did he do? He faked it, shoved it up inside of his helmet, and, just to fool the ref that he looked like he had his helmet strap on. Well, they didn't kick the field goal. They faked it and went down, and he had to stop the old boy. Helmet came back, hit him in the nose. And he got kicked in the face in the pile. He came out with a concussion. His eye was bleeding, his nose was bleeding, his mouth was bleeding. And he sat over here on the sideline leaning up against the fence for the rest of the game.
That's why it's important to have all of your equipment ready. My nephew had a similar experience. Chin strap got broken, broke his nose, had to have surgery for his deviated septum after that. So, it's important you're properly equipped when you're out there in the field.
Well, I walked by and looked at him and told him it was an improvement.
Well,
anyway,
we want to salute the team of 2004 of Seneca, another great team of Seneca's history of tradition, pride, and class. We'll be back with the Coaches Show right after this.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. Many sports have out-of-bounds lines indicating where a player is allowed to go. And although players are free to move anywhere they want within those lines, getting too close to the line increases the chances of stepping out of bounds. When following Jesus, we're given boundaries to protect us and keep us from going out of bounds. Unfortunately, we too often flirt with sin and get as close to the line of disobedience as we can. Instead of asking where the line is, we should be more concerned with where God is. We should want to be closer to Him rather than close to the line of sin. In the Bible, it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Today, let's be encouraged to remain centered on Jesus with a strong desire to please Him. Let's not tiptoe around sin, thinking we're not going to cross the line. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
It's time for the Cody Hilburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. Now here's Seth Wilson and head coach Cody Hilburn.
After week one, you mentioned a lot of film session was studied, more than usual for you guys on a typical game week. You saw big gains on both sides of the ball this last Friday night and special teams. We've been through the question before about film session and coaches breaking down your team. Walk us through some of the coaches and the roles they have for this team week to week.
Yeah, I could talk about what all of this coaching staff does for a long time, but I'll try to simplify it. Guys, they do so much behind the scenes, and it starts for the next week, Friday when we get back from that game. And normally our coaches are here till the field house till 12:30 or 1 in the morning, and we try to take a brief look at our game, and then we go ahead and we jump into our next week opponent on Friday night. And on top of that, we got loads of laundry going and the amount of stuff we have to bring technology-wise and other things to games and trying to clean up that. So they're there late Friday night, early into Saturday morning. And then it starts back over early Saturday. And our guys all have responsibilities on Saturday, independent stuff to do, whether it's they tag all of the next week's film. And what I mean by that, some guys responsible for formation, for blitz, for stunt, for coverage, and all the things. Everybody has a responsibility, and that takes up most of our Saturday. Hopefully we find time to go see our kids and youth and things like that. And we try to do a good job about that. But you work independently on Saturday, and then Sunday, we're back in early Sunday morning. And again, trying to clean up our stuff, all of our individual roles, try to take a break and go to church Sunday afternoon. And then we have a full staff meeting Sunday night where we kind of bring everything together and have our game plan, our base game plan laid out by Sunday night. We meet as a staff, and then we break up into offense and defense Sunday night, and then that carries over to our scouting report on Monday morning. And then these guys are doing things throughout the week. We stay after late and watch film every day. They have to set up ice baths for kids on Wednesday nights. Thursday becomes a pack the trailer day for us when we're on the road. So the amount of things these guys do, I can't thank them enough for the time they spend. And it's probably not right, but I say it all the time. These guys spend more time with our players than they get to with their own family during the season, and just truly appreciate everything they do for our program.
You mentioned that you guys spend a lot of time Saturday, Sunday, etc., breaking down films. I see you out there at the youth games. I see you on the JV sidelines, freshman sidelines. How do you guys manage to have time for all that and still manage to be successful on the football field and still be successful at home with the family?
Well, I think sometimes you get caught up in the now, and we want to be. But this is and I tell our youth guys and our junior high guys, this is I hopefully am going to be here for a while, and building that program from the ground up is important to me. And I want kids to see me and my staff on the sidelines, whether it's, maybe just get out there for 5 or 10 minutes. And so, yeah, it's tough. Sometimes I want to get caught up in next week, but trying to make myself get out there and just be around the kids and know that it's important to me that they're out there playing hard and doing things the right way.
Last year, we saw a lot of forced turnovers by the defense. So far this year, just the one. Do you preach as a coaching staff to create turnovers, or do you just kind of preach getting stops, getting off the field, or a combination of both? As opportunity arises, take it?
Yeah, I think you have limited time each week, and you emphasize points of immediate need. And we have 3 keys every week, and we try to get it down to 3. You could have 10, but we try to simplify it to 3 keys. And this week is to win the turnover margin. And we haven't turned people over enough, and we've turned the ball over once each week. And when you look at Nevada, they're +8 in the turnover margin right now, which is crazy after 2 weeks, and they've scored 3 touchdowns. And everybody's put themselves in a hole, and we can't do that. We need to get on the plus side of the turnover margin. So it's been an emphasis this week.
Coming into week 3, you're averaging 10 yards per carry. How does this offensive line, how's the progression gone from week 1 to week 2?
Yeah, I'm proud of them. They're actually ahead of schedule in my mind. I think they're farther along than I thought they would be week 2. And I think part of that is 3 of those guys are just offensive only players right now. And they may have to roll some on the defensive line this week. But so what we're able to do is when they come off, they immediately go to Coach Eust, and we've got a TV on the sideline, and they're getting to watch that series immediately, and they're able to see mistakes, and we're able to correct mistakes, and plus they're able to catch their breath a little bit, and they're not fatigued, and when they come back out, they're fresh, and so yeah, I think we're ahead of where we are. We're not where we want to be yet, but they're progressing in a good way.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
You host Nevada this week, a tough Class 4 matchup as both teams come in ranked in their respective class. We know the style of offense they like to run over and over again with Coach Beechler up there. Where do you see that they have improved the most on offense from last year's squad to this year's?
Their skill kids are really good, and we knew they were going to be. They returned their running back, and they utilize a wing back a lot in John Collins, and this kid may be the most explosive player in the conference, and they're utilizing him in more ways this year. They're doing a good job of finding new ways to get him the ball other than their basic wing counter play with him. They're getting him in the slot. They're getting him out in trips a little bit and find them one-on-ones, and they're doing a good job of that. Where they're ahead as well, they were kind of similar to us. They lost a ton of offensive linemen, and what they've done is they're not as big as they used to be, but they found a bunch of athletic kids which fit their scheme really well. They like to pull a ton of linemen, and these kids get after it. They're athletic, and they get out and they cover people up. So yeah, it's a huge test for our defense this week.
Defensively, a while ago, you mentioned the forced turnovers they have so far. They're +8. A couple pick sixes against Monette, forced fumbles against Aurora and shutting them out. Their linebackers are big, fly around, make plays. What do you see from them on defense that could give you guys trouble moving the ball?
Yeah, they returned 2 all-conference linebackers that do a really good job. One of their inside backers has put on about 20 pounds of good weight. He's 215 pounds and just a thumper in the middle. And then they got a free safety that I think is the best run support safety that we've seen all year. And he's downhill and he's extremely physical. And that's one of the first things we look for when we turn on the film, because that's a kid we can't block very often. So he's a free runner, and our running backs and things have to make him miss, and he doesn't miss very often. So we're going to have to get creative with our scheme and give him some variations to look at and find some plays that we can actually get him blocked. And then their corners are really athletic. It's the same two kids. It's that running back and their wing, and they're very athletic, and they allow them to be really aggressive in the perimeter run game.
You got your home opener tonight here in 2025. I'm sure most every coach will tell you that the community that they coach in is the best culture. What sets Seneca apart from other towns, other cultures for high school football from your perspective?
Well, the cool things for our kids, we'll go out to practice today, and then towards the end of practice, we'll have people start setting up lawn chairs. And I always take a moment after practice to we look around and tell our kids that doesn't happen everywhere. And in a small town where there's not a whole lot of entertainment, that this is the entertainment on a Friday night. And we look forward to it. And sometimes we get caught up of just what's going on in our locker room. But I truly believe it's a town that people look forward to Friday night throughout the week. And I show up and you talk about going out to youth games. I show up and our stadium's packed for us for Saturday afternoon, and you look over at the other sideline, and that's not the case. And kids get to grow up that way. And that's the tradition side of this thing. And it's happened, in the past before I was ever here. And then it's our job to carry on that tradition by doing things the right way. And we want to put out the right product. And that's not wins and losses. Yeah, we want to win football games, but we want our kids to play the game the right way, play with passion, play with class. And then, you hope that carries on from year to year.
You've been listening to the Cody Hoburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. We'll be back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
And we welcome you back here as we are just about ready for kickoff momentarily. Tonight, Seneca hosting number 7 in Class 4, Nevada. Last year, Seneca traveled back to Nevada for the second year in a row, and they won that one 42-0. Nevada likes to run a lot of misdirections, to say the least, pulling guards, tackles, tight ends. They'll pull 2 guards at one time. They'll pull a tackle and a tight end, and then they'll use those to influence. They're going to go the opposite way, and the play will come back right where they pulled away from. So you can't always be following their pulling linemen, as they will pull you in the wrong direction. Watching the 8th grade game last night, the defensive line did a good job of stopping the run against the 8th grade team against Nevada, not getting fooled on the pulling linemen, because they did the same exact thing where they would pull their 2 guards and go the other way, or whatever lineman they would have to pull. Hopefully tonight the defensive line for Seneca can figure things out, stay at home, maintain the responsibility on the defensive fronts. So far, Seneca's pitched a shutout against Nevada's strong offense last season. What was the key for last year for Seneca's defense to shut them out, and what do they need to do to limit Nevada's scoring tonight?
Well, to be honest, you probably need to talk to Daryl more about that than I do, but, they did a good job of following their keys and being able to follow assignments, because we saw it a couple of years ago. If you miss an assignment, somebody can be gone for a 97-yard touchdown run. I think that's right around what it was a couple of years ago.
99, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, it's one person missing an assignment when it comes to defense for this Seneca team. If one person misses an assignment, Nevada is fast enough that they will have kids get in the end zone very quickly. And you saw it last week against Aurora. 1 kid, 2 kids missed. That kid was gone.
Yeah.
So I think, you're just trying to limit the big plays for Nevada here tonight. I don't think you're going to stop them completely like you did last year, but I think you just have to limit their big plays compared to what they normally have had. And they also like those turnovers. So you got to be able to force a couple turnovers of your own, because they have been able to force turnovers through the first 2 weeks.
Well, if you look at what Nevada did last week, Aurora had guys right there in the position to make the play, and then they just weren't able to. And that's something that's going to be very crucial tonight. They had guys there, just didn't quite make the plays. Coach, defensively, they run a lot of four-man front with 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs. They play a cover 3 in their secondary. They've been able to force a lot of turnovers, just like Ben mentioned a while ago, and score directly on, like a pick 6 or a scoop and 6. Or after a series on offense, they score immediately after turning the other team over. What will Seneca need to do tonight to find success against Nevada's defense?
Well, what I watched on film, Seth, is this. They are very quick. They're big up front. They're very fast. Their linebackers are good. And what they love to do is shut down the run. And when they can shut your run down, then they can set back, and their linebackers can play just a little bit looser. The secondary can go back a little bit looser. And it's going to be hard for Seneca. Seneca's going to have to be able to run the football tonight. But most importantly, we've been able to break some of Nevada's down over the last few years, because we could run 4 verts on them. You get that single high safety, and they look at running the verts right down the middle of the field and make that safety have to cover one of them. You used to be able to do it with Hagan and a back out of the backfield or a receiver. They could run them 4 verts. You're going to have to find some way to throw the football against this team, because I'm not sure we can run it all the way down the field against Nevada.
Well, the last 2 weeks, Nevada's defense has seen pass-first type of offense. Monette, we all know Monette is going to be a pass-first offense.
I don't think they know what a handoff is.
They actually ran the ball quite a bit, more than I expected against Nevada, but they're going to look to throw the ball 50 times a game. Aurora, similar type of team. They're going to look kind of pass first against a team, and Nevada made them pay last week, and they had an interception, I think. They had a fumble recovery and led for 6 points. So they are definitely able to make other teams, they are able to turn you over, and that's something Seneca's got to have in the back of their mind. Ball security tonight. Can't go 3 plays and have a turnover like they did last weekend against Mount Vernon, or else it could be a long night for them on offense. Any other thoughts, guys, about this Nevada team?
Well, I'm going to say this, Seth. The way they run. If you're at home and you're watching this on film, or you're watching us live or whatever, if you would pay attention to the guards, that's the guys on each side of the center, pay attention to the guards from Nevada. They will take you to the football 99% of the time. If you see them pull, that's where the ball's going. They run misdirection handoffs, and they try to fool you in the backfield. Watch the offensive line. Our linebackers cannot be fooled. They've got to watch that line, and they'll take you to the ball.
Nevada's team speed is exceptional. It reminds a lot of teams, a lot of coaches around here of what they had in 2022 with the amount of team speed that Nevada had from the backfield. John Collins, looked for him to be a big playmaker for Nevada, number 14. Number 1, Kendrick Atkins, a very big playmaker in the backfield as well. Number 22 will be their fullback. That's Will Jackson. He's a 5'10", 165 pounds. He's going to make a lot of things happen for him. And then also coming from their backfield, had the number, and I've lost it now off the top of my head, Drew Miller. He's their tight end. He'll split out wide, block downfield, big body type of tight end. They always seem to have a big, tall tight end to make plays downfield for him.
Yeah, and Seth, when I seen them on film, they have all the parts and pieces to be a very good team this year.
Very senior-laden team. Offensive line, I believe they start 4 or 5 offensive line that are seniors. They have linebackers that are seniors. Really, almost everywhere you look, the majority of the players are seniors, so they know what to expect with Coach Beechler's system. We're going to take a quick 60-second break. We come back, we'll have more pregame show for you. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. In sports, it can be easy for teams to overlook an opponent. When a team gets too focused on the big opponent ahead, they can lose sight of the team they should be preparing for right in front of them. In our faith journeys, it's easy for us to likewise focus our attention on big sins while overlooking what we perceive to be minor sins. However, it's dangerous to start picking and choosing which of God's commands we're going to be concerned about. 1 John 5:3 says, loving God means keeping his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome. We can pursue obedience in all areas of our lives if we give the proper attention to God's word and allow the Holy Spirit to convict us of all of our sins, both big and small. Today, let's remember to take his commands seriously as we pursue him with all of our hearts and rely on his Spirit to guide us. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
And we welcome you back here to Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium. 5 minutes till kickoff. As you see the starting lineups being announced here, Seneca wearing their red uniforms, white tops, white pants, and the fans are kind of going all crazy trying to get all the paper off the field. They're trying to take a little bit of piece of it home with them for the night. All the little kids out there shaking hands. That's exciting for them. Let's start with keys to tonight's game. Ben, what do you have for the Indians' keys to victory?
The obvious one is stop the running game of Nevada. We talked about how explosive they are. You're going to have to be able to stop, maybe not stop them, but slow them down, and then get a couple explosive plays of your own.
So slow them down and have some explosive plays for Seneca.
I'm trying not to steal Darryl.
That's okay. That's okay. and Coach, what do you have?
You steal it all the time, Ben.
What do you have, Coach?
Well, I'll tell you what, defensive ends played a lot better last week. Well, you're going to have to play better this week because they love to run the misdirection. They love to do it off tackle in the C gap, pulling guys to block. I mean, it is hard. It's going to be tough on them guys to squeeze everything down and keep those guys from penetrating over make the team bounce. If they have to bounce it to the outside, that slows the plays down and that allows our linebackers to get to them.
All right, and key plays tonight for victory for Ben. What do you got?
I'll just make it quick, simple, and easy. Brody Probert.
All right, Ben has Brody, and Coach, what do you have? Who do you have, I should say?
I honestly think that we're going to have to throw the football to win tonight. We're going to have to make them think and to throw the football, and Graham is going to have a good. Blaze Graham is going to have a good night, and that, of course, that goes with Brody Probert as well.
You can't take Brody. Ben's already got him. Sorry, Coach.
I'm taking Blaze Graham.
I'm taking. There you go.
Yeah, I'm taking Drew Sherwood and all these guys. How about Hunter Haynes too?
You got 4 or 5 to pick one. Ben's limited himself to just one player, so it's an odds thing. Coach is playing the odds. You got 5 guys you're naming there out there for that. All right, captains for tonight for the Indians. Number 6, Kai Adams. Good to see him back out there. Maybe he'll be playing tonight. He dressed out last week. Wasn't able to play last week against Mount Vernon. Roman Miller, number 7. Jace Renfro, number 54, and Brody Probert, number 9. For the Nevada Tigers, looks like number 16, that is Kellen Braden, the quarterback. Number 4, Jet Snyder. Number 30, that is Drew Miller. And number 83, that is Sean Simmons, defensive end for Nevada. Mentioned last night, was able to come down here and watch just about a quarter of the 8th grade game as Seneca beat Nevada 30, I think it was 32-0 at one point. It was the final score. I know they were up 22-0 at the half. Strip 6 by Ryder Murphy, which would be the little brother of Roman Miller. He had a couple nice moves as well. Quarterback put a couple balls really well placed late in the first half on a drive, kind of a 2-minute drill drive. He put one ball right on the money, just unable to make the connection with his receiver. So a very, very good game by the 8th grade team last night. Not sure what the 7th grade team. I know the JV team played Mount Vernon Monday night. They won big. I got here late to that one. They won big, and as well as the freshmen went over to Wyandotte and played and lost, I think, 14-12. So not bad. As the Coach Beechler and Coach Hilburn shake hands, they go back to the respective sidelines. We'll send it down to Coach Darryl Harbaugh for the coin toss.
We got Alex Oliveras here, and the white hat and his crew. The coin toss comes up. Nevada has won the toss, and they probably will elect to defer to the second half. So Seneca will get the football first.
Seneca will get the ball, start this game. And if Ben and I start screaming up here, Coach, we have wasps all around us. I've already killed one of them a while ago while you were talking. So if we start screaming, just if you hear bees, they're everywhere. They're huge and they're sting crazy. We got wasps here, so.
Mind over matter. If they don't mind, you don't matter.
I don't mess with wasp anymore. Those things come after you. They're mean. All right, Seneca will receive the ball to start this football game tonight.
Go ahead. Do you think, the way Seneca's special teams a lot better last week compared to 2 weeks ago, but do you think potentially Nevada tries an onside kick here? That's kind of.
I don't know.
You want our opinion, Ben?
Yes.
If I was coaching them, I said no. I would try to pick deep and let the defense try to take care of them.
Get the momentum off your defense doing a good job. If I was Coach Beecher, kick it deep. See what you're made of. See what you're made of to start the game. Back deep to receive for the Seneca Indians, Hunter Haynes and Blaze Graham. There's still 25 seconds left on the clock. If you'll notice, if you're watching, we have picture-in-picture, brand new to you this week for the home opener. We have picture-in-picture so you can see the clock. I don't have to continually repeat it. I still might do that, but we have picture-in-picture tonight. You'll be able to see the game clock. And if it goes off the screen, if you're listening, you got my number. Text me, let me know. We'll get it fixed. Hopefully Ben and I will notice that. All right, Graham and Haynes back deep to receive for the Indians. Sean Simmons got this one teed up at the 40-yard line. And the home opener here at Tom Hodge Field is underway. A low line drive kick. Blaze Graham is going to field about the 13-yard line, trying to get to the left side. He's got a little bit of a seam. He's still on his feet, gets tripped up at the 34-yard line, and falls forward to about the 39. It'd be first down and 10, Seneca at that spot.
Good job there by Seneca's returners. Give him a little bit of hole. Good opening field position here for Seneca. He was probably half a step away from being gone.
Wasn't much difference than an onside kick that we recovered,
Gentry Barnes out tonight. Landon Hartgee in at the strong guard. I believe Barnes has been dealing with an illness all week, if I heard correctly. So Hartgee starting. Haynes is going to go in motion. And handoff's going to go to Miller. Up the middle, left side, lowers his shoulder at the 41, falling forward to about the 43-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play, second down and 6.
I think he'll take that each and every time. I know I would.
Second down and 6 here, coming up for the Indians. I want to thank our sponsors tonight, People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, and the Seneca School District.
And I like how punctual they were. They started exactly at 7 o'clock.
2 receivers to each side for Prober and the Indians. Going to send a man in motion. That's Wilson. It's going to be a give to Wilson. Wilson's going to make one man fall to the turf. He's trying to get to the edge. He's got the edge. He's at the 50-yard line. He's going to be tackled down out of bounds by number 15, Mason Majors, but not before Wilson can get across midfield and get a first down. Nothing to say about that, guys. Man, that was a great run.
I tell you what, we can take this all day. Little stutter step made the Nevada guy fall down. But if you can drag it out, keep the football away from Nevada, that's the way you want to play.
11-yard pickup for Wilson on his first carry on the jet sweep. Stoneoiler split out to the far side with Sherwood. Hunter Haynes on the near side. It's going to be a fake to Miller. Probert's going to keep him, just tuck his shoulders down, get his nose down, and get up to the 39-yard line. 41-yard line to pick up a 5. Second down and 5.
Good blocking on the interior of that line, too. It's a little tough, little zone blocking that time.
Like to see a little bit better mesh, too, in the backfield between Probert and Miller to kind of give that fake a little bit more, allow Probert a little bit more room to work as he takes it up the middle. Probert looking over to Hilburn. Hilburn giving the signal. 2 receivers to the far side. Silas ball at the H-back. Handoff's going to go to Miller right up the middle. He's got a little bit of a gap. He's hit hard by the linebacker, number 20, Kobe Buck. And that's going to be right at the yard marker. I think they're going to call him just a little bit shy. He's got to get to the 36. Ball's placed at the 37, so a 4-yard pickup, third down and 1.
Not much that you need, though. You only need to really fall forward as Kai Adams checks in as an extra H-back.
Didn't see Adams last week wearing that brace on the left knee, so he's back in there now. Probably limited action on offense. Probably look at him a lot on defense. 4-man front for Nevada. Jude King in tight on the near side. Handoff's going to go to Miller to the right side. He's going to bounce it out. Got enough for the first down. Gets stood up at about the 34-yard line. Just to pick up a 3, but that's enough to move the chains and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, you only needed about a foot there in the interior line. You look at Renfro. You look at the center there for Seneca. Did a good job of getting enough of a push of those defensive tackles to get a first down.
Yeah, they're double-teaming 57 that time. Last 2 plays, they've double-teamed 57. Moved him out of
Sure, we're going to come in a little closer to the line this play. Going to send Wilson in motion once again. A fake to Wilson. Probert's going to keep it right up the middle to the left side. Ooh, he had a head of steam going forward. He got tripped up by a shoestring, and he's going to be up to the 27. A pickup of 6 on the play. Boy, he had Green in front of him.
Yeah, and there was a kick-out block by, I don't know who it is, number 2. Had
his ball.
Yeah, he did a good job with the kick-out block, and that is what almost sprung him because he was able to pick up a linebacker.
So they're saying that was a pickup of 7 there for Probert on that carry. Jude King going to switch from far side to near side now. He's in tight. Handoff's going to go to Miller to the right side. Silas Ball blocking for him. He's got a gap at the 20. Still on his feet, almost able to break out of it, but he's got another first down for the Indians all the way down to the 17-yard line. A pickup of 10 yards for Miller. Good blocking by Silas Ball to set that edge.
A hat on a hat down here and let Roman Miller make the call where he wants to go. He could have went inside or outside on that play.
Sherwood and Haynes split out to the far side this time for the Indians. Handoff. Nope. Probert's going to keep it. Bouncing around. Going to bounce to the left side. He's at the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brody Probert, as he punches it in from 17 yards out.
Once again, hat on a hat, and you're able to get into the end zone. They're able to get to that second level.
That's just zone blocking, nothing else but zone blocking. And like I said, let Brody pick where he wants to go.
And he kind of danced around and picked and waited and let the hole develop, and it was there for him. Brant Laughlin, the holder, Drew Sherwood, the kicker for the point after try. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is actually going to sail left, so it's no good. 6-0 your score, 8:23 to go here in the first quarter play. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Let me welcome you back here to Tom Hodge Field, Earl Campbell Stadium. We don't have a replay anymore for you right now. We got the picture-in-picture, so we got to do some figuring out here at halftime. Hopefully we can get that back up and running after the end of the first half. Seneca leading right now 6-0 on a nice drive, 64 yards, 8 plays, averaging 8 yards a play. Over that first drive, a great start to this game. Now Seneca's got to go to work on defense. Drew Sherwood's going to tee this one up back deep to receive for Nevada. Mount Vernon was last week. Is number 21, Tayton Niels, 5'11", 145 for the Tigers. Sherwood's going to kick this one deep, and Niels going to field that one at the 12-yard line. He's going to let the offense set up in front of him, blockers, and he's going to get about to the 27-yard line. Brant Laughlin in there on the stop, as well as Blaze Graham. Ball placed at about the 27, 28-yard line. That'll be first down and 10 for Nevada. Good to see the Seneca kickoff team doing a good job on that first kickoff of the night. So Truman Brady, the PA announcer here at Seneca, is going to call it the 28. I'll call it the 28 as well. Two receivers split out to the near side with Collins as well as Miller. One running back in the backfield, wing back to the far side. That's just going to be a fake right over the middle. It's going to hit his tight end. He's going to be wrapped up, not quite taken down. He's still on his feet as they're looking for Simmons, and they're going to blow that one dead. Forward progress is going to have probably enough for the first down, so it was a very relaxed play-action pass as Braden got it out to his Simmons for a first down. Don't see them pass a whole lot, and it's not big passing plays for Nevada. So they get 10 on their first play. 11. Double tight formation, one wing, one H-back, one running back. This is their typical formation. Handoff's going to go to number 22. He's trying to bounce to the outside. Roman Miller's going to wrap him up and take him down. They're going to say he got to the line of scrimmage. I think that's a generous spot. Good job by Miller and Haynes to get there. Setting that edge was Brant Laughlin, not allowing number 22 Jackson to go anywhere.
And that was Hunter Haynes coming downhill from that safety position. He's sitting right in the middle of the field. He's almost like a fourth linebacker.
7:22 here in the first quarter. Two receivers split out with Collins as well as Miller once again. One wing back on the far side. Braden going to inside reverse counter play, and good job by Probert. He's going to wrap him up. No, not taken down just yet. Finally, they wrap him up and take him down for a loss all the way back to the 36-yard line. Probert blew that one up. They're going to give us forward progress back to the 37, but a loss of 2 on that one And it looks like it was number 4, Snyder, had nowhere to go as Probert made a great play on defense.
Playing outside linebacker, stepped up, saw the play coming. That's that little reverse that they like to run. But I don't think they pulled the backside guard. But Probert was out there to take it on.
Now, if you're 3rd down and 12 here, Coach, they don't like to pass a whole lot. They like to pass on their terms. Do they look for a passing player on this one?
Oh, yeah, I think they do. They like that little screen sometimes.
Double tight formation. Inside reverse play to Collins. Collins is going to run right into Brody Probert's arms. Probert said, come here, big guy. Let me give you a hug. I'm going to take you down to the turf. Only a gain of 2, and it's 4th down and 10. Good job by Probert on the last 2 plays to limit the yardage by Collins. Collins is a very speedy back. They're looking to get him into open space and not have Probert standing there waiting for him all night long.
That's Brody Probert's job right there. You can tell they've said it. Don't you dare leave. Don't you dare go away. Stay right there and play your position.
Punt formation here for Nevada as they have 2 receivers split out to the near side. Wingbacks on each side. Got to watch Snyder. Watch your up backs as it's a short drop back as Hunter Haynes is going to fair catch this one at the 20-yard line. 21 is we're going to call it. 1st down and 10 with 5:33 to go here in the first quarter. Seneca forces Nevada to punt. Game brought to you tonight by New Mac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Prelude Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Mid-America Specialty Markets, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, and Huddle Springs Church of Christ.
I'm telling you what, Seth, that's huge. Take them 4 down, make them have to punt. That's big.
Very big series there for the Indians. Now they got to keep that momentum going forward. 2 receivers on the far side. Blaze Graham split out wide. Probert just going to run it right up the middle, bounce to the left side. He's going to get taken down across the 27 to the 29-yard line. Good run there for Probert on the 1st down carry.
Hey, our offensive line is moving their defensive line with ease. I mean, Brody's ran 5 or 6 yards before he's even touched.
It's a good job by those guys up front, clearing space as we have Ben right now trying to figure out the replay system. Receivers to each side for Probert. It's going to be a handoff to Miller. He's going to get bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be right at the yard to gain. We'll see where they mark his forward progress. The near side judge has him right at it. The far side judge has it right at it.
I think he has it.
I think they're going to call for a timeout for a measurement. I think that's what they're going to do. We had a little bit of delay there because they were looking at it. The near side judge was like, it looks pretty close.
They're all in agreement. They have it.
Game brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank. They're going to go ahead and say 1st down. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane, Farm, and Garden. 1st down and 10 for Seneca. Ball placed at the 31. He needed 2. Miller got 2. 1st down, new set of downs for the Indians. Sherwood and Blaze Graham going to split out to the near side here. 4:33 to go here in the first quarter of play. Jude King split out to the far side this time for the Indians. Haven't seen this look yet this season. And 2 guys shifted for the Indians. That was Ball and Miller, and they're going to call an illegal procedure against the Indians and march them back 5 yards.
I don't understand. They can do that.
Well, I think somebody else may have flinched on the line.
I think somebody flinched on the line.
So 1st down and 15. That's going to march them back to the 26.
And this is something you can't do, is get behind the chains.
1st down and 15 coming up for the Indians. 4:06 to go here in the first quarter. Sherwood split out to the near side, or far side. Graham to the near side. 4 seconds left on the play clock. And now there's going to be a timeout from Cody Hilburn. We'll step aside for a quick 30-second break. We'll be back right after this.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
Welcome back here to Tom Hodge Field. 3:58 to go in the first quarter. Seneca leading 6-0. Looking at a 1st down and 15 on their second drive of the game. Sponsors for tonight's game, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, 4 State Sports Report, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank and Neosho Chamber of Commerce. Sun's starting to set in the west a little bit. See some shadows on the far side at the church on the east end zone. Double tight formation, bunch formation on the far side with 2 receivers. It's going to be a fake toss to Miller. Probert's going to keep it, trying to bounce to the outside. He's just going to get stood up, and it looks like he may have gained a few yards up to about the 28-yard line, we'll call it. So just
I think they said 29. According to the yard marker, it's right around.
We'll split the difference, Ben. We'll call it 28 and a half. So we'll give him a 3-yard gain on that one. Second down and 12 either way. So just a 3-yard pickup for Probert on that carry. 2 receivers to the far side once again for the Indians. Probert going to look to pass. It's going to be just a design quarterback draw. He's bouncing around. He's going to get to 35, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to be just shy of the first down to the 39-yard line. Good run there by Probert, and Probert's just a little bit slow to get off the turf as he was trying to slide back and forth, but I think he's going to be all right.
Well, you see there, one of the linemen, looked like Renfro, was able to pick up a blitzing linebacker, and he blew right by Probert, who went right where he was. And that allowed him to get a couple extra yards and make it 3rd and short.
Sherwood split out to the far side, 2 H-backs in, short yardage situation for the Indians. Handoff's going to go to Miller. Kai Adams blocking for him, and Miller's going to have enough for the first down to the 43-yard line. Good job by Kai Adams to come in and make a big lead block for Miller.
Run on that left side, it looks like behind Renfro again. And like you said, Kai Adams able to get enough of the linebacker to give him a first down.
Well, Nevada's defensive line tried to cut our offensive line. You ain't going to do that.
That's the type of defense I ran in high school. Let me tell you, Coach, that was not successful. Let's see what they decide to do on this play. Now Ball and Roman Miller going to shift once again to the near side. Probert's just going to take it to the right side on a design quarterback sweep. He's taking defenders with him. He's going to get across midfield to the 49-yard line. And it's going to be a second down and short situation. Just a good old design quarterback sweep on that play.
Student body right or student body left.
You have 2 lead blockers there. Miller able to pick up somebody, and you like seeing there at the end of the play, they were trying to rip the ball out, and Probert put a second hand on the ball to make sure it didn't come out.
Again, 2 receivers to each side for Probert and the Indians.
Seneca has had the majority of the clock here in the first quarter.
A little bit. Play action pass, looking downfield. He's got Blaze Graham's got to step on his guy. Graham's going to have to come back to it, and may have been a little bit of push off by number 22, but they're going to call it just a good defensive play. Will Jackson. Pass falls incomplete.
You wish he could have put a little bit more air under it and let Blaze Graham run underneath it. There, Graham had to stop and try and catch up, or let it catch up to him.
Yeah, it looked like it slipped out of Brody's hand because the nose of the football never came down. Stayed in the air like a duck.
3rd down and 2 for the Indians. 2 H-backs in once again with Ball and Adams. Handoff's going to go to Miller. He's going to have enough for the first down. Just takes a bowling ball forward with Gentry Barnes checking in now for the Indians. I see he's out there getting some reps. Also for the Indians, out there doing some work is Jeffrey Todd, the center. Ball placed at the 45, a 4-yard pickup, first down and 10.
It's kind of a power situation there. You have 2 lead blockers. You just follow your lead blockers into the hole and say that, hey, I'm going to get 2 yards and get a first down.
Receivers split out to each side, 2 on the far side with Wilson and Graham. Probert looking over the defense, going to send Haynes in motion. It's going to be a fake to Haynes. It's going to be Probert dancing around. He's at the 40-yard line. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet at the 25. He's going to lose the football, though, as he gets stripped from behind. And it's going to be a turnover at the 11-yard line. It was a good play by number 30 coming from behind to strip that one away from Probert because he would have been gone for 6. Got to watch out for that ball security. And that's great coaching on Nevada's part to teach your guys to do that.
Yeah, that was number 15 that knocked it out for Nevada. You saw it there on the replay. I think Probert didn't think there was anybody near him, but like you said, you got to have 2 hands on the football.
I'm sure he will make sure of that going forward.
And, Nevada is known for creating turnovers. So
Probert's going to be mad at himself about that one, but he'll step right back up right now and go to work on defense. Collins split out to the near side as well as Jackson. Going to hand it off right up the middle. Going to be wrapped up and taken down by Hartg. The ball carrier is number 22, Jackson. Jackson's going to get the ball all the way up to about the 17-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play, second down and 4. That's just a straight dive play right there. 45 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play. Seneca leading 6-0.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ballgame schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports.
Wing back to the far side. That's Snyder. Jackson in the backfield with Braden. Vincent Snyder in motion. It's going to be Braden running right up the middle. He's going to run in right into Aiden Crane's arms. And there's going to be maybe a gain of 1 on the play as they take Braden down to the turf. They're going to have him marked at the 17, no gain. 3rd down and 4th to 17. Good job by Seneca's defense. That's going to be the end of the first quarter as Seneca leads this one 6-0. We come back. We'll have the second quarter for you here in 60 seconds.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
Welcome back to Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium. Seneca right now has Nevada pinned back. 3rd down and 4 coming up. Nevada just had a nice run of 6 yards on 1st down. Last one stopped by the Indians. Aiden Crane right there to stop the quarterback run. Now it's 3rd down and 4. Nevada didn't try to pass the ball a while ago. Had a little bit of a tight end on the very first play from scrimmage. They might try to do the same thing once again here on a 3rd down and 4. Double tight formation. That's their bread and butter formation. And there's a stoppage by the umpire. Yeah, I think he's saying somebody's got blood on him. He's probably going to have to check out. And that's going to be their center. So that's kind of a tough one to lose if you lost your center.
Yeah, that's especially on a 3rd down and 4 play.
I'm sure they have a backup center that's ready to go. Number 57, I believe, checks in.
Well, it can't be 57. He just checked out.
Yeah, their center and also probably their best D tackle they have.
Peyton Wyatt is the senior as well for Nevada. Pendergraph on the near edge. He's trying to set that edge. And here comes. They're going to try to bounce to the outside. Miller's giving chase, and he's going to cut back and have enough for the 1st down. Kai Adams going to wrap him up at the 22-yard line. Almost able to hold him for no gain on the play. Good second effort there by Jackson.
Yeah, well, you think about it, too. He almost was able to bounce it outside where nobody was for Seneca, and he would have been off to the races.
I'm sure the coaches from Nevada are going to look at that and be like, okay, we've got that. If we can get a little bit further the bounce with our guy, because it was just about 5 guys trucking through there, clearing the way for Jackson. Jackson in the backfield with Braden. Snyder, the wing back. Collins split out to the far side. Low snap. Jackson looking for the pass. He's got a man open. That's Collins. Collins has got to step on Sherwood. He hauls it in, and then he's going to be taken down at about the 36-yard line. As that was just a straight vertical route, Sherwood was able to keep up with Collins on that play all the way down to the 34-yard line.
It was crossers there. He started on the inside, crossed over, and went straight vertical, and Sherwood wasn't able to keep up.
42-yard pickup on that passing play. So Braden right now is 2 for 2 for 42 yards. For 53 yards. Split out to the near side for the Tigers, number 30, Miller. Collins now checks in at the wingback. Got to watch him on the counter play. And it's going to be handing it off right up the middle to Jackson. Jackson's going to be wrapped up. Miller's got the ball. Miller's got the ball. It's a strip by Roman Miller, taking a page from his brother's playbook last night, and it's a turnover for the Indians.
You see it right here on the replay, and he just takes it away. He was not down by any stretch of the imagination.
I'll have to say, Roman trying to be like his little brother Ryder. That's what they're doing.
He just took it away and fell on the ground with the ball. The running back never went on the ground.
Ball placed at the 37-yard line. Ben, what are they going to do right here? Do they go for the deep shot?
No.
Okay, Ben says no. Twins now for the Indians on offense.
I think you've been running the ball successfully. You just continue to hammer the rock.
4-2 look for Nevada. They're going to shift as Jagger Wilson goes in motion. Probert's going to keep it right up to Miller. Lowers his shoulder at the 47-yard line, and he's going to get up to the 49-yard line. First down and 10 for Seneca.
You fake the jet sweep there with Jagger Wilson because it's been successful. Good job pulling there by Brock Pendergraph. I think Jace Renfro also with a pulling block for the Indians as well.
They're not. The D ends for Nevada are not squeezing it down, and we're being able to kick them out and run inside. That's what happened.
Linebackers 6-7 yards off the ball. Well, I guess about 5 yards off the ball every single time. They're not able to get enough push. Handoff's going to go to Miller to left side. He's trying to bounce it through a couple different blockers. He's going to stay on his feet, get across midfield up to the 47. So pick up a 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6. Seneca calling 2nd down and 6 a lot tonight.
Well, I'll take 2nd and 6 all night long.
For the Indians. For
yes,
the Indians, Ben.
True.
Let's make sure we clarify that statement. 10:08 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 6-0.
Well, you think about it, Nevada, had a turnover, tried a quick shot, able to get it. Seneca able to answer back. So you're still no plus-minus on the turnovers.
Nevada sending pressure. They're going to hand it off to Miller. Miller's got a head of steam. He's at the 35, 30. He's going to be off to the races. The 15, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Roman Miller as he takes it in from 47 yards out. Well, great job. Go ahead, Ben.
They send blitzing linebackers. They send the house. You look at Silas Ball. Ball is able to pick up the free safety. And there's nobody back there to defend the pass. And I think, I was going to say, Seneca may go for 2, but they're just going for 1 right now. But there's nobody there when you send the house if you're able to break through that front putt.
They were coming up from that hard edge, trying to set that edge hard, and there was nobody right up the middle. They blitzed from the wrong side. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. 9:47 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading now 13-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank. We can do that.
They got a bunch of kids over there big. They play
Welcome back here as we got Coach Harbaugh's looking over in the side. They do have big kids. They're very athletic this year, Coach. That's what I was going to say earlier. They're very athletic up front. Right now, our guys are just winning the trenches.
Like I said, their D ends are not crashing down inside, pinching it down. They're coming straight up the field. Man, we used to call them trap bait, and that's what happened. That's just what happened there. They kicked the block out. Roman Miller hit the crease. Nobody there.
Drew Sherwood going to kick this one off for the Indians. Back deep to receive is number 21, Tayton Neal. On this near side is number 22, Jackson. On the far side is Collins. Sherwood's going to give a high end over kick. Good kick. This time as Collins retreats and field this at the 14-yard line. He's got a little bit of a seam. He's going to try to bust to the outside. There's a holding penalty that's not going to get called. And Collins is going to go, and he's going to be gone for a touchdown. There's a holding play all the way back to the 34-yard line that did not get called. Jagger Wilson was just held and pinned down to the ground as he was trying to make that play, and nobody saw it. So right now, Seneca coaches letting their sideline know we got to make better plays than that, fellas. And that's going to be the first score for Nevada.
I also think about, too, this edge over here. Silas Ball on this edge crashed a little bit too hard and didn't stay in his lane.
So on to attempt the point after. I believe that's the quarterback. That is Kellen Braden. Watch the direct snap to him. Kendrick Atkins, the holder for the Tigers. Waiting the snap still. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it's not quite blocked. Good effort there, but it's going to go through. 13-7 your score with 9:35 to go here in the first half of play.
Forbes asked, and the people answered. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is one of America's best insurance companies. Forbes recognizes what our customers have known for generations. We are committed to protecting families and the lives they've built. For auto, home, life, and business protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Welcome back here as Nevada takes the air out of the Seneca Indian sails as the crowd is a little bit quieter right now. Game sponsor for tonight's game, People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College Christian Healthcare Ministries, the Seneca School District, Mid-America Specialty Markets, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, and Huddle Springs Church of Christ. Back deep to receive for the Indians, Blaze Graham and Hunter Haynes. Simmons going to kick this one away for the Tigers. Graham's going to field this one at the 15-yard line. Trying to get blockers set up in front of him. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down at about the 27, 28-yard line. Be first down and 10, Seneca at their own 28.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening.
First down and 10 for Seneca. Ball on their own 28. Got to go back to work now if you're the Indians offense. Still no water breaks tonight, been only the third week of the season with it being a warmer night. Probert going to send Jagger Wilson in motion. Handoff's going to go to Jagger. Jagger's trying to try to get to the edge. Sherwood was trying to set up blocking in front of him, and a good job by Snyder to get off the block and make the stop on Wilson.
Yeah, it looked like Miller was trying to find somebody to block, and
well, the guy that made the play was Drew Sherwood was locked up at him. Schneider got rid of him, shook him, and made the play on Wilson.
Kind of looked like Drew was trying to hook him, and he goes and, Jagger decided to go into the inside.
Yeah. I think you're exactly right. Receivers each side for Probert. Handoff, Miller. Miller's got a hole here on the left side. He lowers his shoulder at the 35, taking defenders with him, taking Kellen Braden for a ride all the way down to midfield. Braden was on his back to the 39, and Miller just gave him an 11-yard ride down to the 50. First down and 10 for Seneca. Good run there by Miller of 20 yards as Collins checks out for Nevada. Taking his helmet off, he's going to get looked at on the sideline. He's shaking his arm as he comes off the field. First down and 10 for Seneca. Twins for the Indians offense. 4-2 look for Nevada. 5 defensive backs. Going to send Jagger Wilson in motion once again. And it's going to be a penalty on the far sideline, probably in the area of false start or not enough guys on the line of scrimmage. And marching back 5 yards.
Usually that has to be a false start because illegal shift isn't a dead ball penalty. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. A member FDIC and equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians.
Again, Twins for the Indians. Probert looking over the defense. Probert going to look to throw. That's a design quarterback draw. He's going to stutter step a little bit. He's at midfield now at the 45. Takes a hit at the 47-yard line, and that's where he'll be dropped. Took a hit there. Coming flying in from the safety position is Snyder. Probert gets him up to the 47. So it's going to be second down.
He did a good job stutter stepping there and kind of letting his blockers make a lane for him, as you see there on the replay, and get him some positive yards.
Well, if you noticed last year, too, Seneca burned them with the quarterback draw over and over and over again. So what's Nevada trying to do? They're trying to pinch down whenever they see him drop back the pass to keep him from having that running lane to run through. Second down and 7 for Probert and the Indians. Has a little trouble with the snap, able to get it off to Miller. Miller makes a couple guys miss, still on his feet, spinning out of contact, finally thrown down to the turf inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. First down and 10 for Seneca, pickup of 13 for Miller on the carry.
Yeah, that was almost a bad exchange. Probert kind of double clutched it there, but once again, they're able to get to that second level, and there isn't anybody for Nevada there. Right now, the best thing for Nevada is their special teams.
Yeah. Tight right for the Indians. Handoff's going to go to Miller. He's going to dance around, let the play develop a little bit, get behind Gentry Barnes, block, as well as Landon Hughes. Miller's going to get up to about the 32-yard line, so just a 2-yard pickup for the Indians, second down and 8. Coach, what did you see on that last play down there? Not a whole lot of room like we've seen.
Well, no. I seen the linebackers blitz from the other side over here, and it was just a zone blocking. scheme. So pretty tight. You find run.
Well, they're cheating up their outside linebackers even more, almost a 6-man look here for Nevada. Miller's just going to take the handoff, and he's going to get across the 30 to about the 29. All they're going to give him is a couple yards, 3 yards in the play. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Indians.
Well, they had their linebackers. They had their linebackers on the inside. Well, the DN was going up, getting kicked out. Their linebackers getting picked up, and that's where he's running off tackle.
They may be listening to you, Coach, about Coach, yeah, I'm sorry, about pinching down type of situation. They may be starting to do that a little bit more.
That's when they move the linebackers off to the side for over the top.
Watch the halfback flat pass potentially. Dump it off.
Jagger Wilson going to go in motion. He's going to fake to him. It's going to be a design quarterback run up to Miller. Probert's going to lower his shoulder, get his long frame across the 25-yard line. He's going to have enough for a 1st down to the 24. 5-yard pickup for the Indians.
Need 5, get 5. That's all you need. Went right behind the big fella, Gentry Barnes, and able to fall forward for a 1st down.
1st down and 10 after the 5-yard. They said that was a 3rd down and 4. I had them at 3rd down and 5.
That was the same play that they jumped offside on, or we jumped.
Okay, you got you just a few moments ago to start the drive, or right there in the middle of the drive. Receiver split out to each side this time for the Indians. Probert looking over the D, going to hand it off, give it off to Miller. Miller's got a gap on the left side. He's getting behind blocks left and right. Lowers his short to 15. He's finally going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15-yard line, all the way down to the 12-yard line. A pickup of 12, 1st down and 10.
Just student body left there. Everybody's able to pick up a hat. It looked like if he had cut that up a little bit, he may have been gone, but bounced it outside a couple times. Still a good gain.
Now ball security that you're in the red zone, right, Coach?
Exactly. 2 hands on the ball, especially when you're going to come into a crowd and get tackled. 2 hands on the ball.
Miller to the left of Probert. Silas ball at the H-back on the right side. Now they're going to send Miller over behind ball. Blitzing linebacker coming from the right side. Seneca may have flinched. I think they did. The right guard or right tackle, either Pendergraft or Renfro flinched. It's going to march him back 5 yards. That blitzing linebacker coming up there, he was going to blitz right in that B gap. May have got the guard or tackle a little bit excited on that right side, the quick side. So, 5-yard penalty for the Indians. 1st down and 15. Ball placed at the 17-yard line. 5:18 to go here in the 1st half. Sherwood and Graham split out to the far side. Jagger Wilson to the near side. Jude King in tight on the left side. Blitzing linebacker once again. Probert's going to take it. He's going to go to the left side. The blitzing linebacker from the backside is able to make the play. Coming up to make the play is number 18. That's Peterson. Peterson just a sophomore linebacker, 5'8", 175. Probert able to get up just shy of the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd down and 11. We'll see what Coach Hilburn has drawn up for this play.
They're going extra small here. You got Hunter Haynes, and I think that's Stone Euler in as well. 38?
Maybe trying to make a little bit lighter box, as Euler's going to have to go from far side to near side. Plenty of time on the play clock as it's just now at 10 seconds. Probert going to look over the defense. It's going to be a Probert keeping it on the left side. He's at the 5-yard line. Nobody's going to touch Brody on that play. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brody Probert as he takes it in from 13 yards out. And the Indians get that touchdown back.
Like you said, Seth, I think they opened up the box a little bit. Good block there by Drew Sherwood. The wide receiver kind of sprung him.
Well, go ahead, Coach.
I tell you what, they didn't even touch the defensive end. They were reading him on the read, and he just froze, and Probert ran right past him.
Would you see how many guys hit Miller, too, on that one, Coach, on that fake? I mean, about 3 guys hit Miller as Sherwood puts the kick up, and good. 3 guys tackled Roman Miller on that play. Probert had all kinds of room to run. A nice little alleyway there. 4:19 to go here in the 1st half. Seneca leading 20-7. We're back in 30 seconds.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report. Weeknights at 6 and 10.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca.
Welcome back to Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium, 648-65 Seneca Mo. We got it going on tonight here as two state-ranked teams are going at it. Number 7 in Class 4, Nevada. Number 1 in Class 3, Seneca. Seneca with a 20-7 lead. As Sherwood's going to kick this one off at the 40-yard line. Back deep to receive is Neal, and Jackson's on this near side at the 24. He had a kickoff return for a touchdown a while ago. Their only score of the night. Now it's going to be a low line drive kick for Sherwood. He's going to try to bounce to the right side. He's trying to get to the edge, and he's got the edge. Sherwood's going to give chase, and Jackson's going to be brought down out the 22-yard line. Seneca has got to fix their kickoff team. That is their Achilles heel right now. They can play defense well. Kai Adams is fired up talking to his guys. We cannot let them get all the way down to the 17-yard line on a kickoff return. Something's not quite right to have a kickoff return against Cassville, one here tonight, and then another deep return all the way down to the 20.
I have a feeling that may be something that will be worked on. I know you don't necessarily try and work on that too much because of injury potential, but that may be something they work on in practice next week.
Seneca needs another turnover right now to keep Nevada out of the end zone before half. 4:07 to go. Double tight formation. Collins in at the wingback. That's going to be a gift to Collins. He's trying to get to the edge. He makes one man miss. That's Probert. He's still on his feet. Finally brought down inside the 10. Hunter Haynes with a touchdown saving tackle. And Sherwood there as well.
Looks like first and goal here. They're inside the 10.
Ball placed at the 9. So an 11-yard pickup.
And Nevada does get the ball to start the second half as well. That's another key thing to think about.
Nevada going to take their time right now, try to milk the clock as much as possible, not give Seneca another possession in this half. Excuse me. Collins in at the wingback. Double tight formation. Got to watch play action now with Collins. That's going to be Braden keeping it right behind all of his big linemen. Miller's going to get on his back, take him down. Penalty flag comes flying in from the umpire, probably in the air of holding her face mask.
Yeah, this is a late flag, so like you said, it'll be interesting to see what they call here.
Umpire talking to the referee, and we're waiting their signal.
Nevada's starting to edge back. They're going to call a face mask.
And there's going to be a face mask on Seneca.
So half the distance from the 6 is the 3.
First down and goal at the
Well, they may call it the 5, so it'd be the 2.5.
So a 2.5-yard penalty. First down and goal at the 2.5. And boy, those kickoff returns are just shifting all the momentum. Seneca has all the momentum, and then the kickoff team kind of hurts them. Now Seneca is going to see if they can bow their back and keep Nevada out of the end zone. 3:16 to go here in the first half of play. Collins in, double tight. Braden's going to hand it off to the right side. He's going to be stood up. That's Schneider, and they're trying to strip the ball from him. They're wrestling down to the ground. I'm not sure if he got back to the line of scrimmage right there in front of you, Coach.
No,
what do you got?
He didn't get there, Seth. He's at the 3.
So second down and goal at the 3. Big stop here for the Indians if they can keep him out. As Schneider unable to get much of any momentum behind his offensive line.
For that little reverse to the other side.
That counterplay, yeah.
Yeah, 14. I can't remember his name.
Yep, they're kind of setting that up right there, handing it off to him. Handing it off to Schneider going to the right side. Now look for him to come back to the left side with Collins. Double tight. One wing, one H-back. Collins going to go in motion. It's going to be a handoff to him. He's trying to get to the edge. And Brody Probert's going to take him. They're going to say he got in at the angle. Probert had him stood up, I thought. But that far side judge gave him the green light for the touchdown. So Collins had to run about 35 yards just to get 3 yards on that carry.
But again, it's the special teams that killed Seneca because that was a 17-yard drive.
I start at the 20.
20-yard drive.
Start at the 20, yeah. Either way, can't give him that short of a field to work. And you mentioned it a while ago, Ben, as Nevada will get the ball to start the second half.
Low snap. It's blocked.
Good block by Hunter Haynes coming in from that far side. Good job by Haynes to block that one. 20-13 your score. We'll take a 30-second break.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Come back here at Tom Hodge Field. I was just looking at some stats real quick. So far for the night, Nevada has 80 yards of offense. They have 2 scores on 80 yards of offense. Normally you hold the team to 80 yards and a half. That's a pretty good half. And Nevada's had
you have a kickoff return for a touchdown of 70 yards and another kickoff return of 50 plus to get you in the red zone.
Back deep to receive Hunter Haynes and Blaze Graham. And this one's going to be fielded by Haynes as he takes it at the 17-yard line. As soon as Graham run into each other, Haynes has got a green in front of him. He's finally going to be brought down from behind about the 42-yard line. Good return by Hunter Haynes. Seneca gets one of their own, not quite able to break it free. First down and 10 for Seneca with 2:15 to go.
You see there is a gigantic hole there on the right side, and excellent field position here for Seneca. Plenty of time, 2:15. Clock stops on first downs, and you do have 2 timeouts to work with as well, so plenty of time to run the ball still if you're the Indians.
Sherwood and Wilson split out to the near side. 1H back in. That's Silas Ball. 4-man front now as Nevada showing a little bit of green. That's going to be a pass to Jagger Wilson. He's got a blocker set behind in front of him. He's going to be tripped up from behind, though. Coming up to make the play is number 30, Miller, at the 48-yard line, a pickup of 6 on that play.
Seth, this is a big drive for both teams because if you're Seneca, you want to take a 2-score lead going into the break, knowing the fact that Nevada gets the ball to start the second half.
So just an easy pitch and catch there to get this drive going. Twins for Probert. No safety over the top. Probert going to look to pass. Now he's going to take off and run. He's going to bounce around a little bit. He's got enough for the first down, still on his feet. Going to get across the 40-yard line, stretching out to the 38-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for Seneca.
Clock stops on the first down, so you do have plenty of time here.
Momentarily.
If you're Seneca.
14-yard carry for Probert on that one.
And you do still have 2 timeouts, but you're not really in hurry-up mode until you get under a minute.
Graham and Sherwood to the far side, Wilson to the near side.
There is such a thing, too, Seth, as scoring too quickly.
Coach Hilburn is going to call a timeout as he's talking to his guys, saying it's got to go the other way, got to go the other way. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be back right after this.
Huddle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Huddle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out HuddleSpringsChurchOfChrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Huddle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, "We want to go to heaven with you."
First down and 10 for Seneca, 1:14 to go here in the first half. As Graham and Sherwood split out to the far side, Jagger Wilson split out to the near side. Schneider covering up Wilson. Now it's going to be Jackson covering up Wilson. Looking to send a man in motion. That's going to be Wilson. Wilson's going to take the handoff. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking for the deep ball. He's just going to take off and run. He's going to get stood up to 25. Probably not the worst decision because Graham had 2 guys covering him up on the far side. And it's going to be a pickup of about 2 on the play to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, like you said, Seth, I think that was a smart decision there by Wilson to just cut it up because it's a one-man route and you don't have anybody home.
Probert going to step back to pass. It's a quarterback draw once again. Going to bounce to the outside, still on his feet, the 35. And he's going to get twisted and spun down to the turf at the 27. 44 seconds to go.
And the clock does stop momentarily for you on that first down. And then once they get the marker set, they'll wind it.
Receivers to each side for Probert. In tight is Jew King. Handoff's going to go to Miller to the left side. He's going to get behind the blockers at the 20-yard line, still on his feet. He's going to stay in bounds, tiptoe down the sideline. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Roman Miller. How he managed to stay in bounds after that big hit is impressive.
It'll be interesting to see. You're going to have a hard time seeing it here on the replay. And he may have stepped out, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I think he was thought about going out of bounds just to stop the clock, and he thought, well, there's nobody else here. I just well go ahead and score.
But now if you're Seneca, once this extra point is made.
Kick is up, and it is good. 30 seconds to go here. We're going to keep it right here on this one, Ben, as Seneca leads 27-13.
While we have a moment, everyone at the Neosho Daily News wish Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. Kickoff coverage becomes vitally important here. Nevada, all 3 timeouts as well.
Kick it out of bounds. Kick it out of bounds and make them have it first down 10-35. Right now they've had, 2 kickoff returns that are huge. One for probably 75, 80 yards for a touchdown. One a while ago was about 60 yards, 55, 60 yards.
Well, you look at who's on kickoff now. You got Kai Adams. You got Blaze Graham. You got Silas Ball. You got...
They were there before.
Okay. Well, some of those guys were there. Some of them weren't. I think he's added Probert in there, Laughlin and Miller in there. So they're putting their starters back out there right now.
You might ought to think just about a little squib kick right over here about the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
number 18.
I think there are a couple guys out there that weren't there before. They're a little bit smaller on their kickoff coverage now.
And now look at the up guys for Nevada as they have Jackson and Collins standing right in the middle of the field, so that way they can determine which way they want to go with their kickoff. Now they're going to split. Jackson's going to go to the right side.
I just squib it right down the middle.
Collins to the near side. And that's going to be an onside kick. And Seneca's going to recover that as Hunter Haynes jumps on top of it. Great play there by Haynes. Great squib kick.
The ironic thing, Seth, is right as they were kicking it, I said, why don't you squib it right down the middle? There's plenty of a gap. I wasn't thinking onside kick, but it worked beautifully for Seneca. Now you take a shot here to try and extend the lead.
Well, why not? You've kicked it deep. They've got you twice.
Well, now for a second there, the officials wanted to talk about something.
There's
I don't know.
There's nothing to talk about that play at all.
I'm like, it's definitely past 10 yards. So
yeah, Haynes didn't touch it until it was at the 48-yard line. 2 receivers on the far side, Jude King in tight on the near side. And for some reason, they have 2 safeties over the top on this side.
And I think Nevada may be calling a timeout.
I don't even see a penalty flag on the ground.
Is there
anywhere.
Officials timeout? Are they wondering about the clock potentially? Did no time come off the clock? So they may want a couple seconds off the clock.
24 seconds? How's it?
24 seconds.
How are you going to say 6 seconds ran off the clock?
It didn't take 6 seconds to recover.
He didn't take 6 seconds to jump on the ball and fall down on the ground. Maybe 2 seconds at best.
Right. There's a couple seconds to come off, but not 24.
Yeah. I don't know how 6 seconds could come off the clock. Even on a good kickoff return, you might get 10 seconds. So we're going to let the officials sort this out. In the meantime, sponsors for tonight's game: New Mac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, ProLube Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Campbell Biddicombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust.
And so now that other side official is going to talk to him again.
I don't know how you can call that 6 seconds because the clock does not start
until you recover.
Someone touches the ball.
Which Hunter Haynes is the only one to touch the ball.
He touched it and fell down to the turf. I think they're saying 26 seconds, which is, it's better than what it was, but either way.
They may have put it to 28, Seth. And
there you go, 28.
And I think you have to have at least 2 seconds fall off.
If you're watching at home, you can see it now. 28 seconds right there in the bottom right corner of your screen.
And, some time has to come off the clock there to recover it. And
First down and 10 for Seneca. Ball placed in the 46-yard line. Probert going to roll out to the right. Looking for the backside dump to Roman Miller. Miller's got blockers in front of him, and there's probably going to be a penalty. Miller's going to get out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Nope.
There is a flag.
Yeah, Jace Renfro is going to be guilty of a holding penalty because he was holding his guy out there in the middle of broad daylight.
I was going to say the umpire is the one that called it. Or is it the side judge?
It doesn't matter either way. It was a hold plain as day. It's a 10-yard penalty. It's one of those. Renfro's pretty far away from the play. He's just got to let that one go because he's not going to make that play.
If it's from the 38, you're basically first down and about 13. Or they're taking it from the, 38 to 48. So it's first down and 12.
Yeah. So a loss of 2, basically a net 2 on that passing play to Miller on the backside screen. Had it set up really nice.
Net -2.
What'd I say?
+2.
Sorry. Yes. Net -2. 21 seconds to go. Kind of takes the wind out of your sails right there as they were able to get out of bounds. 1 timeout left for Seneca, 3 left for Nevada. Sherwood spit out to the far side. Wilson's going to go in motion, play action. Looking deep downfield. He's got Blaze Graham open. Blaze Graham's going to run underneath this one. Oh, I didn't see what. Oh, they're going to call a penalty. They're going to call a penalty way down there on the 14-yard line. I didn't see what happened. I thought Graham just might have missed that one. But if Graham's going to have a beat on, he's going to make that play. 9 times out of 10, there had to be some defensive pass interference.
It looks like maybe there at the end he grabbed an arm.
I think that is the first Nevada penalty on the night.
So it'll be a 15-yard penalty, and it's from...
Are they waving it off? Somebody said they're waving it off.
No, it's got to go from the spot, which is the 48,
okay.
And then you go 15 yards
I thought I heard somebody say they're waving it off. I thought, no, they're not going to pick that one up, are they?
No, they're not.
So DPI, 15 yards, first down and 10 for Seneca. More important thing right now, clock is at 15 seconds. Ball placed at the 33-yard line.
I will say... Sherwood does have enough of a leg to kick a 40-something yarder, so you're about 10 yards away from field goal range.
Play action once again. Probert looking downfield. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's got a man open. That's Sherwood. There's a penalty flag right there at the 37-yard line. And they're going to try to clock it as there's a holding penalty. Probably, yes, it is. All the way back to the 37.
Stops the clock, though, so you will have a Hail Mary attempt.
That's a frustrating. You get that big onside kick recovery. You kind of show your hand and pull that out of the pocket, and then you get nothing from it yet with 4 seconds left.
And you have to go from the line of scrimmage there, so it'll be first down and 20.
First down and 20 from the 43. Probert's got a strong enough arm to heave it down there. But 4 seconds left is going to be a tough one to do.
And with the clock stopped, it will not start. Well, there's a timeout.
It will start as soon as they get the ball placed. So they're going to
call a timeout.
They're going to call a timeout. We'll step aside for third. We'll be back with the last play of the first half right after this.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million citizens carry medical debt while spending on overpriced and complicated health insurance. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a faith-based alternative to health insurance at half the cost. Plus, you can enroll at any time. Stand up to insurance and join CHM today.
Welcome you back here to Tom Hodgfield. Four seconds remaining in this first half. Seneca winning right now, leading right now, 27-13. A couple penalties here and there. We had a defensive pass. We had a holding. We had a defensive pass interference, and we had another holding. 3 plays here on this drive. All 3 of them have had a penalty somewhere, so really not much of any offense.
You got trips to this side, and you got Graham all alone on this side. So they may be trying to get one-on-one coverage on Graham and have trips the other way potentially. You could see a draw here as well.
Probert going to drop back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to heave it deep downfield. And Hunter Haynes is giving tips. Oh, almost deflected right into Blaze Graham's hands, and that's going to do it for the first half. Seneca leading 27-13 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. The best teams in sports always end up with a target on their backs. Their success means that they are always being hunted by the rest of the teams in the league. In our own lives, when we make the decision to follow Jesus, it's not always easy. Noticeable changes take place that force us into the role of being hunted. We shouldn't be surprised when a target is on our back because persecution and suffering is part of our journey as followers of Jesus. 1 Peter 4:12-13 explains, "Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice insofar as you share Christ's sufferings, that you may also rejoice and be glad when his glory is revealed." Today, let's be encouraged that a genuine life in Christ comes at a cost, but our temporary challenges reveal we're on the right path. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. Once again, here's Ben Walcott.
Welcome back to Tom Hodge Field, Earl Campbell Stadium here in Seneca as we're at the half, and the halftime show is brought to you by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Coming up at the half, I'll talk with Seneca Athletic Director Rich Atkins as part of our Indians Minute, and we'll have an interview with a Freeman trainer as part of our Freeman Sports Health Minute. You're listening and watching to Seneca Indian Football here on the KNEO, Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
The Indians Minute is sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri.
Welcome to today's edition of the Indians Minute here on KNEO. I'm Ben Wolcott. Today we're joined by the Seneca Athletic Director, Rich Atkins, and I know, Rich, that we are a couple weeks into the season, but so far, how do you feel like the start of fall sports has gone for you? All of the Seneca sports, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I think we've done a good job. We've gotten off to a positive start this fall. Yet to host a home game, but for football, but everything's been good. Obviously, football is 2-0. Our softball team's been off to a good start and won a couple games and early in that Aurora tournament, and then has really competed against some upper level opponents. And so I've been really proud of those girls and how they've been working. And same can be said for our volleyball program right now. And they went to Conway tournament and got second place in the Conway tournament last weekend, which was really nice, and then came home on Monday night and got a good win versus Crane. So volleyball is playing with lots of energy, and they're off to a great start as well. So things are good right now in Seneca.
And I know girls golf has got going a little bit here. Have they had any tournaments so far?
Yeah, they've been playing some tournaments, and they've had some good success. I know our returning all-conference girls, Maddie Amon and Ellie Olson, have both shot very well to start with. And as talking with Coach Schulte, he says there's still lots of room for improvement, and he expects the team as a whole to continue to get better. We have, besides those two, we have 4 newcomers still learning the game, but he said he's seen a lot of improvement in the short amount of time already.
And then finally, I think you guys, cross country, usually you're able to host one event during the fall as well. Is that still coming up for you guys?
Actually, our cross country, we are hosting it on Thursday today. So yeah, it is. It's going. So it's a big day out there for cross country. We have a lot of teams coming in, and it's always a big event, but always seems to be very hot. It always seems to heat up for that day for whatever reason it is. You can have great weather, and it seems to heat up for that cross country meet. But yeah, we're excited to host, and we've got a ton of good volunteers within the district and community helping out.
Well, that's definitely exciting. And you mentioned the community. Just talk about not only for football, but really throughout all your sports. It seems like the community does a great job of supporting Seneca athletics.
Yeah, we have. They're always here supporting whatever we need. If any of our teams need anything outside of just the competition, people are ready to jump in and help. And we're always have good attendance. at our event. I'm looking forward to the softball game at 2 o'clock Friday. We're going to have our high school kids are going to be able to get out and go support our softball players up there for an early start. And the softball team sometimes, just by playing early, doesn't always get, the kids to come out and the students to come see them play. So we think that's going to be a really cool thing on Friday. So we're looking forward to that.
That's definitely exciting. And you mentioned the softball team, obviously a new coach there. I was able to talk to her earlier in the year, but what kind of drew you to Cassidy Barclay and her to you guys?
I mean, she's just by talking to her immediately, I could tell she was going to bring a very positive energy to our program. And you could tell just with her organization and her attention to detail that she's here to build a program. And she's done a great job with that already. We're still trying to gain numbers in the softball program. She's jumped in this summer helping with our youth, developing youth camps and things like that, which we haven't really had in the past. So she's ready to dive in and hopefully be here for a while, and I think she's going to do a very good job and build a nice program.
It's definitely exciting. And one final question for you before I let you go. I kind of ask all the coaches and some of the other athletic directors I talk to, what kind of are your goals and expectations for the fall, and then obviously as you get into the winter and the spring for all of your programs?
In the fall, we always talk about the fall really being that kickoff for the whole year, and I've always believed that. Even when I was a coach, the fall athletics a lot of times will set the tone for your athletic success throughout the year, and so we want to get off to a good start with our fall programs. And that's not just we want to win games, but we also want to make sure that we're competing and we're representing Seneca the right way, and that's what we talk to our coaches about when I meet with them in the summertime and things like that. Is we want to represent our school and our community in a positive manner and hopefully win some games along the way. And, fortunately, early this fall, we've been able to do that.
Definitely an exciting time. And Seneca, Rich, I know you're a busy man, so I appreciate you taking a couple minutes today here on the Indians Minute.
You bet, Ben. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Indians Minute, sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri. For more information, his number is 417-451-1504.
This portion of the game is brought to you by People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. They provide checking and savings accounts as well as CDs and loans for individuals and businesses. They offer multiple locations in Joplin, Seneca, and Neosho, or visit them online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca is here for everyone in the 4 states. Proud supporters of the Seneca Indians, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
It's time for another Health Minute here on KNEO. Adam Winkler here with you, joined by Mylene Ray. She is a trainer with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And today's topic is, what is a torn MCL?
The MCL, it's a ligament which is an elastic type of tissue, and it connects bone to bone. The MCL is located in the knee, specifically the MCL, which stands for medial collateral ligament. Medial meaning it's closest to the midline of the body. So if you draw a line from the top of your head down between your feet, on the insides of your knees, it's that ligament that runs up and down and crosses that joint line, crosses that knee joint line. And so when an athlete has a torn or sprained MCL, a lot of the times that is suffered from a contact to the outside of the knee. So if you think of a football player that gets tackled and hit from the outside of the knee, it causes that stress on that MCL, on that ligament there. Sometimes it can be caused by a planted foot that's, twisted as well. And so it is an acute injury. And a lot of times treatment, of course, we do the rest ice compression, just work on trying to control the swelling. The good thing with this particular ligament injury is it's a lot of times, the majority of the times, it's not going to be surgical. A lot of times we can just brace the athlete and get them back out playing. That's with, of course, taking some time off, depending on how severe the injury is, you might have to do some physical therapy or work with your athletic trainer to get some strength back. But for the most part, a sprain like this or an injury like this, you can recover, anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks. We'll get them back.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler.
Thank you for listening to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The teams are headed back out on the field. Seth Wilson and Ben Walcott are ready to go in the broadcast booth, and Daryl Harbaugh is returning to the sideline. The third quarter is almost here. Back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indians Sports Network.
Loneliness. Jesus understands it.
The Bible says he's despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief.
Billy Graham.
Even though great crowds surrounded him, at times he was alone. Even at the end, the scripture says all the disciples forsook him and fled. He experienced ultimate loneliness as he died for you and died for me.
But his death meant you will never have to be lonely again. You see, his death paid the penalty for your sins, and when you ask him to forgive your sins, you can begin a relationship with God, and God will never leave you lonely.
He offers you a new life. He offers you peace and joy and friendship, never to be lonely again.
Learn more about beginning a relationship with Jesus at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome you back here. We're at the half. Seneca leading this one 27-13. Your halftime shot. Let me try that again. Halftime show sponsored Prairie Top Chiropractic. Running through some stats from that first half as we're closer to the band here at Tom Hodge Field than where we are any other stadium. So they're belting it out. They're letting everybody know as we are about 11 minutes away from the start of the second half. Looking at stats, Seneca 300 yards rushing that first half. 2 completed passes for a net of 2 yards. 16:47 time of possession for Seneca right now, and Nevada 7:13 time of possession. Nevada's only running 12 plays of offense so far tonight. They have 27 yards rushing, 53 yards passing. That's kind of where you want to be at. Their bread and butter is to run the ball, and you've held them to 27 yards. They had the one big passing play to John Collins down that left sideline, and that's it. I mean, outside of that, you've held them in check. It's just your kickoff team right now is the thing that's letting you down.
The one play, it was crossers. Collins started on this inside. The outside wide receiver crossed in front of him. He goes behind him on kind of a vertical there, and Drew Sherwood got caught in the mud a little bit and was a couple steps behind him, and that's the biggest play for this Nevada team, not considering kickoff returns. And, this is, as far as I can remember, we're only 3 games in, Seth, but this is the worst that I've seen Seneca's kickoff coverage in the 5 years that Cody's been here.
Man, Ben's letting them have it tonight. Yeah, I mean, we've not seen a touchdown return, I don't think, for a kickoff maybe once in his 5 years he's been here. So I'm sure
I'm sure that's something he's talking about now, sure. And it's something that will be addressed in film, and it may be something he brings up in the post-game show conversation with you as well.
It's something I noticed, too. Like, I said a while ago, they kind of showed their hand a little bit early. Maybe Coach Hilburn was waiting until the second half to do that onside kick because he had all of his starters back out there. And they got the onside kick, just 3 penalties on 3 plays, and the last penalty was a heave to the end zone, fell incomplete. Really, though, offensively, a good half for the Indians. Defensively, a good half for the Indians. 3 components, though, of a football game. Special teams. They've actually done not bad. They have a block PAT as well.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. Offense, doing what they want to do. Defense, other than one big pass play, pretty much doing what they want to do. It's that third element that is costing Seneca at this point. The fourth element, you think about turnovers, you're even. They have a fumble, you have a fumble. So,
first half stats tonight, Roman Miller, 15 carries, 162 yards, averaging 10 yards a carry. Probert, 14 carries, 123 yards, 8.79 yards per carry. Wilson, 3 carries, 15 yards, 5 yards per carry. And then Miller has the one pass completion. Would have been a first down, but a holding penalty out there in the middle of the field brought it back. So he only netted 2 yards in that passing play, negative 2 yards in that passing play. And then Wilson caught a screen pass as well, was able to get 4 yards. That's all the passing. Seneca's tried 4 times. One of them fell incomplete to end the half. The other one was the first one that he underthrew to Hunter Haynes, or he'd like to have that one back.
You think about that end of half, it almost pinballed where it went off of Hunter Haynes and it almost went right into Blaze Graham's hands. And, you know, if they had been able to do that, things would look a little bit different than they do now. But, you know, before that last kickoff, Seth, you know, we were talking about, hey, kick it out of bounds. And right beforehand, I saw how much of a gap was in the middle. I was like, just squib it down the middle. I wasn't thinking onside kick, but I was thinking there was such a gap. There was, you know, basically nobody in between the hash marks there that I was like, kick it down the middle and make them fall on it.
Well, that also makes them wait and make sure you're going to kick it deep. It allows your defensive line to get back, or kickoff guys to get back there a little bit deeper with that onside kick, because now they're going to wait, pause, make sure it's kicked deep before they take off and run to block. That's going to give you a little bit of an advantage as well, because right now teams are just falling back. Hey, they haven't attempted that, but they don't attempt it a whole lot, and now they're going to have to be a little bit leery of that because Seneca has shown that they can recover one. So great! It's a really great chess move there by Coach Hilburn. Okay, you're getting the big returns on us. You've seen that. You've done that. Okay, we'll just, instead of you sitting back up and setting up your wall to block, we're going to go ahead and just get one right back here on you.
Yeah, I don't think it was an onside kick at all. I just thought he was just trying to poke it down the middle and let them try to go, 50-some yards. But when he kicked it, all the linemen from Nevada just started running backwards. They didn't even go to it. That's the reason Hunter Haynes just jumped on it.
Run away type of thing. Hot pocket. Got to get away from it. Hot potato. That's what it was.
Ain't none of them guys used to carrying the football, so
right.
They don't know what's going on.
All right. So halftime show sponsors Prairie Top Chiropractic. We're going to step aside for 3 minutes. We come back. We'll have the rest of the halftime show for you right after this.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is, better health, better you.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
So, you believe in God. That means you'll go to heaven, right? Well, that depends on how you define the word believe. Billy Graham.
The Bible says the devil believes and trembles, but the devil's not going to heaven. You can believe in God. You can believe in Christ. You can believe in the church. You can believe in the Bible, but that won't get you to heaven. It's more than that. The word believe means to commit. It means to surrender. I'm asking you tonight to commit to stand on, to receive Christ as your Lord and your Master and your Savior. Let Him forgive the past, give you a new dimension of living. Write your name on the book of life. Make sure you're going to heaven.
If you're ready to take that step and believe that Jesus is your Savior, let's talk now at 855-255-PRAY. 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And we welcome you back at the half here, as we're about 3.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Halftime show sponsors Prairie Top Chiropractic, and looking at the stats again, only basically 80 yards for Nevada in that first half. Braden has 1 carry for 0 yards. Jackson has 3 carries for 11 yards. Collins has 3 carries for 16 yards. And Snyder has 2 carries for -2 yards. Collins had 1 carry of 11 yards a while ago. And then he had another carry, got a couple yards, had a face mask penalty on top of that. And then he had to get 2 yards basically for a touchdown. He had to run 30 yards for a touchdown. So they've only scored one touchdown from offense. The other one's been special, and it's set up by special teams as well. So you got to have 3 aspects going here in the second half.
Yeah, you think about it, but the problem for Seneca, they did such a good job on defense there in the first half. Collins can take 1 carry and go 85 yards, so you got to be wary of that.
And right now, Seneca's winning the battle in the trenches. They've got to continue to do that in the second half. Nevada will get the ball to start the second half. Seneca's got to have their kickoff team ready to go and shut them down really real quick here, and maybe get a turnover on downs or force another fumble, strip the ball.
Be interesting to see who he puts out there for his kickoff team, because last time it was a bunch of there was no linemen out there. You think about it, it was a bunch of wide receivers, running backs.
Yeah, you had Kai Adams out there, Probert out there, Miller out there, Hunter Haynes out there. The guys that typically, this is their time to rest, they were out there in the field doing their thing. We'll step aside for 90 seconds. We'll have the second half for you right after this.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See bank for complete details.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian Sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
Welcome you back here at the half. Seneca leading 27-13. Nevada will get the ball to start the second half. Halftime show sponsors, Prairie Top Chiropractic. Seneca looking to get things going here on the kickoff team, setting the tone in the second half. Again, only 80 yards of offense so far for Nevada in the first half, 20 of those being on a short field and another 40 of those being on one passing play. So 60 of your total yards coming on basically 2 plays, set up by 2 plays.
And we talked about limiting the explosive plays for this Seneca defense, and really they've been able to do that so far. Only 1 half in, though, and like we said, that was big for Seneca to end the half with that touchdown with 30 seconds left. It's big to be up 2 touchdowns coming into this third quarter. And Seth, you look, this is basically the same lineup that was in there on that last kickoff.
Silas ball in there, Brant Laughlin, Hunter Haynes, Probert. And that's going to be a squib kick that's going to bounce out the 35-yard line. Going to be picked up by Jackson. Or excuse me, that's going to be Collins. He's going to get upended there at the 31-yard line.
I think that was
good
Stone.
tackle there by number
38, Stone Oiler. Or they said Jude King. I had Stone Oiler down.
I don't think Jude King was out there on that one. I think he was.
It was
over
38. It was Stone Oiler that gave him a nice
first down and 10. Ball at the 32-yard line of the Tigers. Sponsors for tonight's game: People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College Christian Healthcare Ministries, and the Seneca School District.
Love a 3 and out here if you're the defense.
Double tight wing formation. One running back, that's Jackson. Handoff's going to be play action, looking deep downfield. He's got a man open. It's going to be caught by number 30. Roman Miller is going to give chase to him, and he's going to pull him down at the 20-yard line. Didn't see the tight end sneaking out from the tight position. Again, that's all Nevada can do right now. Their bread and butter has been taken away, but they're making the most of the opportunities with the deep passes downfield as that one's completed all the way down to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he snuck out that left side. That wasn't even Miller's responsibility. He recognized it late, though. Was able to get it. I think it was Hunter Haynes or Drew Sherwood's responsibility that got caught looking in the backfield.
50-yard pitch and catch to Miller. Double tight wing formation for the Tigers once again. It's going to be a handoff to Collins. Collins is going to go to the left side. He's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. 2 plays, and right away they're back in this game within 1 score, point after try pending, as Collins takes it in from 13 yards out. Before the fans even get back from getting their popcorn at the concession stand, it's a 1-score game.
Well, you talk about big play potential. You know, Seneca did a good job all night on Collins, and there can't get him. And I think they're going for 2 here, Seth.
I think they are. And why wouldn't you? You're 8 down. Go for 2 right now. 2 receivers split out to the far side. I believe that's number 11 out there. That's Beechler, as well as number 14, Collins. Snyder, the wingback. It's going to be Braden rolling out to the left side. It's going to be incomplete. Nobody there, as giving the pressure was Jace Renfro and Brody Probert. It's an 8-point game, 27-19 with 11-16 here in the third quarter on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
I know they weren't in zone.
We welcome you back, Coach. Not in zone on that last one, on that long passing play. Don't know who had the coverage from the tight end slipping out. Doesn't matter either way as Nevada pulls back within 1 score. Deep kick that Blaze Graham's going to field at about the 13.5-yard line, trying to get blockers in front of him. He makes one man miss at the 30-yard line, spinning forward to the 34-yard line. See where he give his forward progress. Like I say, he got to the 35, first down and 10 for Seneca.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening. And to keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule, be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports.
That was a mouthful, Ben. I don't know how you managed to get that all out before we had this next play. Going to send Jagger and Wilson in motion from the near side to the far side. It's going to be a fake to hand off to Jagger. Miller's going to go right up the Miller, lowers his shoulder at the 39-yard line, taking defenders with him across the 40 to the 41. Good first down run there by Miller, second down and 4.
I mean, I don't know. You know, they're able to pick up those linebackers and get a good chunk of yardage.
That time it was the linebacker, number 30, Miller, making the play on that one. So he's making the plays. The linebackers are making the plays. Now they just got to reach to the linebackers if they can. Twins for Seneca this time. Jagger Wilson going to go in motion. They got a safety top over the help. It's going to be a design quarterback run. He's going to bounce around a little bit. Probert's going to be taking defenders with him to midfield. They're going to mark him right at the 49. The near side judge has him there. The far side judge has him. Splitting difference. We'll go to the 49. It is an 8-yard pickup for Probert on that carry.
Seneca does a good job of getting to that second level there, getting the linebackers, and anytime a safety or a cornerback has to make a tackle, you know you got a good run.
8-yard pickup for Probert. Seneca leading by 8. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you're Seneca, you need to respond to that quick drive.
Be a handoff to Miller. He's going to dance around. Now he's going to bounce to the outside, gives a stiff arm at the 49, gives a stiff arm to Collins, and he's going to trip up Miller just enough at the 40. So a lot of running there for Miller, but he's going to have enough for the first down at an 11-yard pickup.
If you're Seneca, you don't need to score that quickly. You'd love a nice methodical drive here, take some time off the clock. But, Seth, like we said, you know, they haven't needed to pass the ball here tonight either. Silas Ball has been a very good H-back for them here tonight.
They're cheating up the outside linebacker. Probert looking over to Hilburn. Hilburn giving signals. Basically a 5-man front right now for Nevada. Handoff's going to go to Miller. He's going to dance around fast. A little opening at the 35-yard line. Makes another man miss at the 30. Makes a cut back to the 25. Still on his feet, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. And he's going to be brought down from behind. A touchdown saving tackle. I believe that's Schneider coming from the safety position, but it'll be first down and goal for the Indians.
Once again, hat on a hat, and then Miller actually made a couple of guys miss. Good job there by number 4 for Nevada to come back and tackle him. We talk all the time about sometimes those touchdown-saving tackles can be big for teams, so we'll see if Seneca can still punch it in.
Jumbo packaging now 2 H-backs, 1 tight end, Jude King. Handoff's going to go to Miller right up the middle. He's going to dance around, lowers his shoulder at the 1, into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Roman Miller, 2 yards out, and Seneca gets that touchdown back.
You're just following Kai Adams and Silas Ball into the hole there, and that left side, Gentry Barnes able to get a block. Big number 71 able to get a block as well. So on that left side for the Indians.
Well, you have 2 minutes, 59 seconds off the clock, and you already have 2 scores after half. Some explosive offenses for sure. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. 9:01 to go here in the third quarter. Seneca leading 34-19. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
There's a difference.
Welcome back here at Tom Hodge Field. Go ahead, Coach. You're saying we're winning the battle in the trenches. We keep coming back right in the middle of your sentence. Go ahead, Coach. What do you got there?
Well, I didn't know you were coming back.
That's okay.
It is my fault. You know, we were talking
That's
off the
okay.
air. But the H-backs are doing a good job there. Kai Adams went right, and Silas Ball went left, and the hole was open. So Roman's just looking for the hole there.
All right. Once again,
what are you gonna do here for Seneca? You got your starters back in there on the kickoff team, just trying to limit the return for Nevada. Going to be picked up at the 25-yard line and be wrapped up by Brant Lofton at the 35-yard line, or so to say. He got to the 32.5, 33. First down and 10 for Nevada at the 33.
Seth, they actually say the 38.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you are right, Ben. To the 38.
Let's see if we can play some defense this time.
You can't be looking in the backfield because that's when they'll sneak somebody from the tight end position out. That's what's got them twice. Looking in the backfield, coverage downfield breaks down, and Seneca's playing catch-up.
You've got to hit the tight end coming off the line of scrimmage every time.
I'm sure Coach Crane's talked to his guys during that brief offensive series by the Indians. Double tight wing formation, Collins at the wing, Jackson the running back. It's going to be rolling out to the right. He's going to get it to Schneider. Schneider's got a step on Laughlin. He's going to go down the sideline, and he's going to get upended by Hunter Haynes. Again, the passing game is all that's working right now for Nevada. They're going off script all the way down to the 31-yard line. This could end up being a high-scoring affair in the second half.
Well, sometimes to mess people up, you got to go off script, Seth.
Braden is 4 for 4 so far tonight, as he hits a 31-yard passing play to Schneider. He's got 134 yards on 4 completions. That's all their offense, really. Double tight formation once again. Collins, the wingback. And it's going to be inside counter play. Collins is going to try to dance around. He's got a head of steam jumping over defenders. He's going to be upended. Great tackle coming up to make the play is Drew Sherwood, I believe. But not before Collins can get to the 22-yard line, a pickup of 9. Second down and 1. Again, short yardage play. Collins has had a head of steam on the last 3 carries. Nevada's found something working with him.
Coach Adams talking to his inside lineman down here, not squeezing it down, getting kicked out, making the hole.
Hartg and Renfro, they keep running away from Hartg. Maybe they do a little bit of a shift here and let Renfro shift with Hartg. Again, double tight, one wing back. Collins going to go motion, low snap. Jackson's going to get it, and he's going to be upended by Hunter Haynes at the 22-yard line. I'm going to say no gain on the play. What they got down there, Coach?
23, they're throwing flags. 73 for us. They get a little animated after here.
Well, who were the flags on, Coach? I had my head down.
I think it was on us. I think it was 73. A little bit of extracurricular activity, let's put it that way. I think maybe he thought he was getting held and held back. I can't remember his name, but I mean, he was just got a little animated.
You want to be fired up, but you got to keep it contained. It's hard not to get animated.
And so that would be half the distance. Well, no, 15 would be first and goal at the 7. Because it's a personal foul after the play. Well,
you're going to take it to the 11. It is half the distance, first down and 10. 7:55 to go here in the third quarter.
They can get a first down at about the 1-yard line.
Again, double tight formation. Nevada's been moving the ball well on their last couple series. Going to hand it off to Collins. Collins is going to make a cutback, makes one man miss, and he's going to be taken down about the 9-yard line. Hunter Haynes, Probert, and Jagger Wilson there on the stop at the 9. 2-yard pickup for
It's kind of an
Collins.
interesting setup here, Seth. It looks like you basically got 2 down linemen for the Indians, and then your edges are standing up. So it's basically a 4-3, but your outside edges are standing up at the moment. That's Crane, and I think that's Pendergraph on this side. They're both standing up on the edge.
What do you think they'll go back here with? The same play they've done the last 4 or 5 plays where they just give it to Collins. We got to watch tight end sneaking out as well. Collins is going to go downfield. Handoffs is going to be rolling out, looking to pass. Braden's going to take off and run. Hunter Haynes going to force him back inside, and he's going to be brought down immediately at the 4-yard line. 3.5, 6-yard pickup. Renfro there on the chase with the stop.
You wish go ahead.
Well, Hunter Haynes had that play out. I mean, he's spying the quarterback the whole time. I don't think he has any pass responsibility. He was spying the quarterback, come up to make the play, broke down, slipped on the carpet.
5-yard pickup for Braden on that carry.
They can get a first down at the 1-yard line.
Ball placed at the 4. Seneca with their back against the wall. Third down, 3. Seneca. Defense, Collins going to try to get to the outside. Stringing it out is Drew Sherwood. He makes one man miss, and he's going to run to the arms of Aiden Crane. He's still on his feet. Got to wrap up and take down, guys. We had him at the 4-yard line and just unable to wrap him up and take him down. First down and goal at the 1. I've seen Seneca's defense stand strong with the first down and goal at the 1 before against Lamar. Let's see if they can do it right here.
Yeah, they did a good job of stretching that one out, but a couple missed tackles.
Oh, we had him wrapped up or on top of him at the 5-yard line. And he slipped off and went all the way to the 1.
Very shifty.
I'd watch the quarterback sneak here. It's a different quarterback.
They got him under center, almost looks like. And that's going to go to Jackson right the middle. He's going to be upended short of the goal line. Good play there by Hunter Haynes. No gain on the play for Jackson.
Yeah, that up back almost looks like he's right under center.
Jackson, no gain on that play. Second down and goal from the 1.
He might slide over and take the snap.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He was really close on that one. He might just slide over and just snap it directly to him. Ball's on about the half-yard line. Nevada's had the ball for about 4 minutes on this possession. And he's just a little bit to the right of the center. It's going to be Braden taking himself. He's going to get upended by Kai Adams and Roman Miller for a loss all the way back to the 3-yard line. 2-yard loss for Braden.
Hi, how do you mark him at the 3? Seth, you got to see that on replay. They had him wrapped up at the 4-yard line. That's a generous spot.
It does look like on replay he hit the 3-yard line, Coach.
What they're going to do.
Hey, you're at a different angle.
He's got a better view than us. They're going to give it to Collins, trying to let him have that outside edge because Seneca the last 2 times has not shown that they can stop Collins in the backfield. He's just going to run it for about 25 yards to the left side. Now they got Collins split out to each side.
Well, I was going to say they may try and spread out the box here a little bit, having a couple wide receivers.
Braden in shotgun. High snap. He's going to lift a pass, and it's going to be caught. And it's going to be a touchdown for the tight end. That's going to be number 83, Simmons. Nobody touched him from the tight end position. He was wide open.
Yeah, whoever was covering Collins on that left side did all they could to try and avoid him getting in the end zone, but couldn't. And once again, they're going to go for 2 here, try and cut this lead down to 7 with a made 2-point conversion. They're down by 9 right now. If you're Seneca, you'd love to stop them here because it would stay at a 2-possession game.
4:06 to go here in the third quarter of play.
They may have
2 receivers split out to the far side. No Collins in on this play. Schneider going to go in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Schneider. He's trying to get to the edge, and he's going to be in there for the 2-point conversion. Nobody just there to a pure sweep to the left side. 4:06 to go. We have a 7-point game, 34-27. We'll be back in 30.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
We welcome you back here. 4:06 to go in the third quarter. Seneca leading 34-27. Very narrow margin right now for the Indians as Nevada able to score on a 62-yard drive that ended on a 3-yard pass completion on 3rd down and goal from the 3.
I will say, Seneca has done a much better job kick off and making them drive. It's just Nevada's had better luck offensively.
Right now their passing game is what's kept their drives going. Their running game has not been overly explosive. 16-yard line for Hunter Haynes. Haynes is going to go up the middle. He's going to bounce to the outside. Jackson going to clamp him down. Haynes is going to pinball back to the other side to 45, 40. That's a 35. Makes another cutback. Still on his feet. Nobody's going to bring him down until he can get to the 23-yard line. I just stopped for a minute because he was just pinballing around and got all the way down to the 22.
Just a jumbled mess down there. He's so small, nobody can find him. Good job there by Hunter Haynes on the return and give Seneca excellent field position here. It looks like the 22-yard line.
So a good return there for the Indians now. Puts Nevada with their back against the wall.
Seth, this is a very high-scoring third quarter.
It has been, Ben. Has been, Ben. So, receivers to each side, 2 receivers to one side for Probert. Probert, handoff. No, it's going to be keeping it to the right side as Probert lowers his shoulder at the 17-yard line, and they're going to blow it dead at about that point. 2nd down. Ball placed at the 17, 16 and a half. We'll give him the 16. How about that? A 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4. They gave him 5. Okay, we'll switch it to 5. How about that? We'll just comply with Mr.
It'll be 6 in a minute.
Mr. Truman Brady over there. Again, 2 receivers on the near side for the Indians. Graham and Sherwood. Probert going to hand it off to Miller. He's going to have an opener right up the middle, and he's going to be stood up and stopped just 1 yard shy at the 23-yard line. Excuse me, not the 23-yard. Let me get my numbers correct. At the 18-yard line. No, Man, I am falling apart right now. That's a 13. That's a 13.
If you're Seneca, all you really have to do is fall forward here to get a first down. So doesn't matter if it's Probert or it's Miller. You got the two H-backs and you're going heavy here with Adams and Ball.
Handoff's going to go to Miller, dancing around. Got enough for the first down inside the 10-yard line. At about the 8.5-yard line.
Seth, the way this game is going, turnovers are going to be key down the stretch. Can you force a turnover?
Ben, you shouldn't say things like that. That's the commentator's jinx, Ben. Come on. You're killing me, Smalls. First down and goal for the Indians. Ball at the 8-yard line.
I just keep hammering the rock here. They haven't been proven to stop it yet.
Two receivers to the near side with Wilson and Sherwood. Probert. Quarterback sweep, left side, going to get behind Miller's block. And Miller diving forward, man. He almost just exploded from about the 4-yard line and dove in. He's down to the 2, a pickup of 6, second down and goal.
Just following his H-back ball there, and a couple good blocks by Pendergraph, and he just couldn't quite get into the end zone. Actually, that was Probert carrying it, not Miller.
Yes. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 7-point game right now. Seneca knocking on the door. First down and 10. Second down and goal. Ball at the 2. Two H-backs in now for the Indians. Handoff's going to go to Miller. Going to lower his shoulder at the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Seneca Indians. Touchdown. Roman Miller as he takes it in from 2 yards out. And the Indians answer back quickly.
Just going off, but basically behind his center there, you have Pendergraph and Renfro on that left side, and he just went behind his center enough of a gap and in for 6.
So Drew Sherwood on to attempt the point after try to make it a 14-point game. Waiting the snap. Good snap, low snap. Laughlin able to handle it, and the kick is good. 1:34 to go in the third quarter. Seneca leading 41-27. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
Stop.
Welcome you back here at Tom Hodge Field. Yeah, you're exactly right, Coach. I don't know if you caught that, but we do need to stop. Got to have that kickoff coverage right now.
I don't know that anybody has stopped anybody here in the second half.
There's been minimal defense optional in the second half.
In the third quarter, then there's still a minute and a half to go.
Right. Well, the biggest thing you take away from this third quarter from Nevada, they put 2 scorers on the board. Their biggest plays have come from passing, which is not what they like to do. But they're finding guys open because we got the run game figured out. Back deep to receive is Tatum Neal, also Collins and Jackson. Squib kick that's going to go through the first guy. It's going to bounce down to the 27-yard line. And Atkins is going to get up into coming up to make the play for the Indians. I think that's Roman Miller. Roman Miller dropped Atkins in his tracks. What a hit by Roman Miller at the 35-yard line. If that doesn't get this defense fired up, I don't know what will. Now they've got responsibility football.
Yeah, finally, that was a good hit right there.
That's got me fired up. I got goosebumps. Look, man, there they are. First down and 10 for Nevada.
You got to watch the
everybody's got to be accounted for.
Out.
One receiver split out to the far side. I believe that's Miller.
83 over on this side is their tight end.
High snap. Jackson's going to get it. He's going to try to bounce it back up the middle. He makes a cut, makes one man miss. Still on his feet. Probert's going to give chase, and Jackson's going to get pulled down from behind by Probert, just bouncing around, missed tackles. That's not characteristic of Seneca's defense. All the way down to the 39-yard line, their biggest rush of the night.
And it looked like Seneca had him for, no gain or a gain of a couple.
26-yard pickup for Jackson on that carry. Blaze Graham going to check out. Brant Laughlin going to check in. Hopefully Graham's okay. Maybe trying to just get his guys some breathers that go both ways, because Laughlin right there is primarily a defensive player. Double tight formation, one wing back. That's number 15 for Nevada. That is Mason Majors. And it's going to be an inside handoff to Majors. Majors going to dance around and is going to be stopped after the gain of about 5 on the play to the 34. Second down and 5.
That's just student body left there. You take everybody going to that left side, and, they have hat on hat there. At least one more play here in the third quarter.
Second down and 5. 30 seconds to go in the third. Seneca leading 41-27. Majors the wingback. Jackson in the backfield. It's going to be Jackson taking it right up the middle, and he's going to be spun down to the turf by Jace Renfro. They're going to have him on the other side of the 35 to the 36. And Nevada's got an offensive lineman that's down and not coming up. Injured on the play is number 67. Go ahead, Ben.
No, I was just going to say that's the end of the third quarter, Seth.
Peyton White, the injured player, hobbles back to the huddle. That's going to do it for the third quarter. We head to the fourth. Seneca leading 41-27 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Jesus said, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid."
Billy Graham.
And in the troubles and trials and bereavements and heartaches of life, he's there. And when death comes to your family, he's there.
And the Bible teaches that there's a day coming when there won't be any kind of heartache for those who've given their lives to Jesus.
More than 300 times in the New Testament it's mentioned that he's coming back. And what a glorious hope we have that there will be a new heaven and a new earth. Till then, we're to be faithful. We're to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world as believers.
When others see how your faith carries you through the struggles of life, it can help them discover their need for Jesus. We can help you learn more about trusting Jesus at this website. It's findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome you back here to Tom Hodgeville. Start of the fourth quarter, Seneca leading 41-27, but Nevada has in Seneca territory, moving the ball. Third down and 7 coming up after the tackle for loss by Jace Renfro. Kellen Braden going to go talk to Coach Beechler on the sideline. Coach was saying during that last commercial, that last sponsor break, that got to hit somebody on the line of scrimmage.
They may have to call a timeout.
The receivers, knock the receivers off.
They're going to have a hard time getting this play off. That should be a delay of game.
Handoff's going to go to Collins. Collins going to try to make one man miss, makes Colbert miss, still on his feet. He's going to be right short of the yard to gain, man. He went out of bounds. And still injured is number 67. He went down a while ago in that last play of the third quarter. That is Peyton White, 5'8", 190-pound lineman. Collins went out of bounds before he had the first down, so it's 4th down and 2.
Other thing is, Seth, play clock was at 0 for a solid second, and they didn't call it.
And that's going to be on the back judge. He has the play clock, and apparently he didn't feel like – usually if the ball's snapped and it's clicking to 0, but –
I was looking at it at 0, and the ball was not snapped. So.
Well, they tend to the injured player. We're going to step aside for a break. We come back right after this.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
4th down and 2. Long 1, 2 yards coming up for Nevada.
This is where you have to watch the tight end sneaking out. You got 14 on this side, 83 on the right, 30-something on the left. Watch them trying to sneak out.
Braden low snap's going to give it to Collins. Collins has got the first down. Missed tackle by Roman Miller as he's got it to 27-yard line, 26. He would have had it either way, whatever Miller hit him. A 5-yard pickup, first down and 10.
Having at the Neosho Daily News, this Seneca Indians, good luck. Let's go get that win.
Game brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, 4-State Sports Report, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Neosho Chamber of Commerce.
28 points scored in that third quarter between the two teams.
Low snap. Braden's going to roll out to the right. He's got pressure on the backside. Aiden Crane, the ball comes loose, and looks like Seneca may have it. They're saying that Braden jumped on top of it. Roman Miller and him are going to arm wrestle for it. I think Braden had his whole entire body on it. Back to the 36-yard line. Good job. Who was the first man that got there? Was that
Aiden Crane.
I thought that's who that was.
Well, the bad snap is what started it, and then Seneca did a good job in coverage, and I think he was surprised he didn't feel Aiden Crane on his backside.
Was that setting up a screen, Coach? Because that's how quick they got back there, almost like there was a screen.
I didn't see anything going on back here, but looked like a misplay all along.
Yeah, it was a low snap, kind of bobbled it, and that messed everything up.
Trips to the near side, something we don't see a whole lot from Nevada. Looking to pass. He's got a man open right over the middle. Taken down immediately by Jagger Wilson. Great coverage, great tackle. Ball spotted at the 27, almost to the original line of scrimmage. 8-yard pickup, 3rd down and 11.
A little too much room there if you're Seneca and letting him, like Coach says, maybe try bumping around a little bit.
That was to Miller, number 30. 8-yard pickup, 3rd down and 11.
It's 4-down territory, guys.
It is.
They got 2 more downs to get there.
You got Miller bunched tight on this end. You got 83 on that right
on the far side. Collins the wing back. Collins going to go in motion. It's going to be a fake to him. They're looking deep downfield. They're throwing it out there to the sides. It's going to be incomplete. Good pressure there by Brock Pendergraft. And Simmons is slow to get off the turf. I'm thinking maybe he thought he had a chance to get that one, but good job by Pendergraft to get back there and force Braden's hand. That's 4th down and 11.
They also did a good job because the tight end on that right side snuck out behind it as well, and they were able to pick it up defensively.
First incomplete pass all night Nevada's thrown. They are 6 of 7 on the night, 145 yards.
This could be the screen or anything like that.
Yeah, tunnel screen. Collins and Miller split out to the near side. Schneider's the wingback on the backside. Roman Miller's got to cover him up. Going to send Schneider in motion. Now they're going to look for the halfback pass. His arm's going to be hit. It's going to flail, and it's going to be incomplete. Good. Oh, they're going to call pass interference, though, on Jagger Wilson.
The ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
It got tipped. It should be incomplete. Ball got tipped.
And there's also a flag back at the 35-yard line.
It could be roughing the passer, too.
Which there shouldn't be any roughing, but the ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage, so pass interference comes off because that was a lame duck.
We'll see what they sort out. They got tipped. There's no way that pass didn't get tipped. As soon as the ball's tipped, it doesn't matter. Coach Hilburn's getting an explanation. Coach Harbaugh, if you can hear what the explanation is, we'd like some input. I know you're pretty far away. Coach Crane is very upset as the referee's giving his explanation. I think he's saying the ball wasn't tipped.
I don't know how that can't be tipped because it came out like a lame duck. And it's too late to come up with a replay, but...
Yeah, that's if they don't waive this off for pass interference. And I don't know what the other penalty is in the backfield, but they're calling roughing the passer against Seneca.
So they may not be calling pass interference. They may have taken the pass interference off, but they're calling roughing the passer.
I don't know how it's roughing the passer when you hit a guy.
Unless they hit him up top, neck, helmet area.
That is. I'm going to be quiet right now. That's the best thing I can do. 1st down and 10 for for Nevada at the 14. So you had a 4th down and 11. You get off the field, you get pressure from the backside, and you have a roughing the passer penalty that gives them automatic 1st down. It wasn't even a personal foul variety because he only gave, but everything's personal foul when it's roughing the passer. Nevada has fresh life with 9:34 to go here. Double tight wing formation for Braden. Jackson in the backfield. Handoff's going to go to Jackson. He's going to try to bounce to the outside. Blaze Graham giving chase, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown for Jackson. Blaze Graham came inside. Jackson bounced it outside, and that allowed the touchdown. So you have him 4th down, and you give him a fresh set of downs on what we think may be a questionable call. Either way it was called, you got to stand strong again, and it's going to be a touchdown for Nevada.
And Seth, they're continuing to go for 2 here.
Yeah, you're down 9, so you got to try to keep it a 1-score game.
They're not
8.
Sorry,
8 scores. So they're trying to make it interesting here at the end. 2 receivers split out to the far side. Snyder, the wingback. Braden going to roll out to the right. He's got pressure in his face and Probert. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's incomplete. Incomplete pass. That's going to keep it an 8-point game with 9:27 to go.
And you got to be careful because two
players,
the Nevada players collided trying to catch the ball, and at least one of them's they're both on the ground. So they ran into each other there.
All right, we're going to take a break. We come back, we'll have the kickoff with 9:27 to go here in the fourth quarter.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Hottle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Hottle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out HottlespringsChurchofChrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Hottle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, "We want to go to heaven with you."
Let me welcome you back here to Tom Hodge Field. Both players able to get up and walk to the sideline on their own power.
Well, we have a Second Community Bank and Trust proudly serving our customers. For the past 140 years, you may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. And Seth, at some point, Nevada is going to have to try and steal a possession. So at some point, I would not be surprised if they try an onside kick, pooch kick, where they can try and recover it.
Yeah, they got the speedster Adkins. He's going to come to this near side. He's one of their faster players. I believe he's part of their 4x4 team. I think they won state last year in Class 4, if I'm not mistaken, if I heard track coach Adam Hughes saying that a while ago.
Yeah. And
there's
one
a big
of them,
gap right here about the 35-yard line. Braden is kicking off, too. He is their kicker. And it's going to be a low line drive kick that's going to be fielded by, I believe that's Miller. Miller's got a gap, and he's going to run it right up the middle to about the 48. Good return by Miller. Seneca Indian football brought to you tonight by Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, Mid-America Specialty Markets, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, and Hottle Springs Church of Christ. Now Seneca needs to hold on to the football, protect it, and get some clock away. Two receivers split out to the near side, Graham and Sherwood. That's going to be a fake to Miller. Probert going to run to the left side. He lowers his shoulder at the 45-yard line, falling forward to about the 44, 43-yard line. A 9-yard pickup on the play, 2nd down and 1.
Now if you're Seneca, you have to watch those kind of hits from behind where they'll try and strip it out because Nevada hasn't, they're trying to gain a possession here somehow. So you got to make sure you have excellent ball security here.
9-yard gain for Probert on his carry. Jagger Wilson split out really far to the near side. That's going to be a handoff to Miller. Miller dancing around. He's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage.
It's a first down.
And he's got enough for the first down to the 41. Kind of slow progressing play there. Miller just kind of letting that one develop. 2-yard pickup, 1st down and 10.
Well, when you only need a yard, you'll take it. And the clock continues to wind. The clock becomes Seneca's friend.
You want to be in a hurry, but not slow yourself down so much that you get out of rhythm, out of sync. Receivers are each side. Graham split out to the far side, and Haynes to the near side. It's going to be a handoff to Miller to the right side. He's got a gap. He makes a cut back to the 37-yard line. Still his feet back to the right side. Now at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Finally taken out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Big run there by Roman Miller. And I haven't seen Miller. There he is. I was making sure he slid a pretty long distance there. And there's an injured player for Nevada. Looks like number 20, Majors and Snyder slow. Snyder's slow to get off the turf.
Number 4, Seth.
Yeah, Snyder was slow to get off the turf. He comes up hobbling, and so does number 20. That is Kobe Buck. So a big run there by Roman Miller. Ball placed at the 2, a 39-yard run, 1st down and goal. 8:09 to go here in the fourth quarter play. Seneca leading by 8. 2 H-backs check in for the Indians. Miller looking over the defense with Probert. seeing what they can survey. Handoff. No, it's going to be Probert taking to the right side, bouncing to the outside, untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brody Probert as he punches it in from 2 yards out. Kind of feel bad for Miller there. He had about 3 carries there, got about 45 yards, and then Probert takes it in for the last one, but that's okay. I'm sure those two are more than okay with that.
Sealed that right side. I don't know who number 71 is, Seth.
Landon Hughes.
He did a good job of sealing that edge for Probert to be able to get in.
Good fake there, too, because there was nobody on the outside edge. Good snap, good kick, and it is good. 8:05 to go here. Seneca scores in about a minute and 22 seconds, leading this one 48-33 here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Missourians know we've got their back. For 75 years, they've turned to Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance for dependable, personalized life insurance coverage. That's 75 years protecting families and the lives they've built. For small-town values and big-time protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Welcome you back here to Tom Hodge Field. 8:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Play Seneca with their 2-score lead, 48-33. Again, Seneca keeping their ones out there on the kickoff team right now because they've been able to get the job done. Roman Miller just had a 39-yard run. Looked a little bit, I don't say gas, but he's just roaming. He's just going to keep plugging away. He had that big hit, too, on the last kickoff return by Nevada. So we'll see if he has another one here in him on this one. Jackson standing on about the 22-yard line. He's their big return man. I think that's Collins on the far side at the 19. A low squib kick that Jackson's going to come up and field at the 23. Trying to get to the right side. Brant Laughlin giving chase. Jackson's going to get upended by Blaze Graham. There's a little bit extracurricular there. Luckily, Kai Adams steps away from it. They're going to say he got all the way up to the 36. I don't know how he didn't pass the 36-yard line. He landed on the 34. 34-yard line. It's going to be marked there. First down and 10 for Nevada. On their own 34. Game sponsors for tonight's game: Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, ProLube Maintenance Center, and Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. First down and 10. Bunch formation to the far side. One receiver split out to the near side. Braden going to give it to Jackson. Jackson going to get upended by Kai Adams at the 35. Penalty flag comes flying in late as Jace Renfro was taken down to the turf. Well, let's see what the near side judge says. It's probably going to be a hold because Renfro got double teamed and was on the turf. There was nowhere he could go.
Oh, I was going to try and see if there was a replay there, but there wasn't. And it is a hold.
Just the second penalty, I believe. Maybe the third all night against Nevada.
It would be second down about 9.5 or first and 20. So looks like Seneca going to send them back. And I mean, that one is hard for the official to miss because the play is going the other way and Renfro's over here by his lonesome.
7:52 to go. Game sponsors for tonight's game: Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, and Cedar Lane Farm and Garden.
You got to watch this bunch set, that tight end on that near side.
Bunch formation. Landon Hartg may have jumped offside, and that'll be a defensive encroachment, 5 yards. So defensive encroachment's going to make it first down and 15. No plays here on this drive for Nevada, and they've lost a total of 5 yards off penalties. They had a loss of 10 yards, so it's better than what they had. 7:30 to go.
Once again, that tight end on that far side likes leaking out. He's now on this near side, that left side. 83 is the one you got to watch, and if you're Pendergraph, try and bump him on his way out.
Low snap, handoff's going to go to Jackson. He's got room on this near side, makes a cutback, and Hunter Haynes is going to upend him at about the 33-yard line. Good tackle there by Haynes, because if he doesn't make that tackle, Jackson has daylight in front of him. 4-yard pickup, second down and 11.
Now Kai Adams come up from the middle and just missed him. Kai's got to make that play. He's a rover in the middle. He's got to take that running back.
Kai missing last week, trying to get his game legs back underneath him, only going the defensive series this week. Next snap will probably take place with about 6:40 to go. Under 6:40. Now they're going to go back to double tight wingback formation. Brody Probert's got to stay home, watch that counter reverse to Collins. And it's going to be Braden looking to pass. He's leaking out, and it's going to be incomplete, looking for the tight end over the middle. Miller was wide open, though, on the backs on the other side. Simmons was covered up. Simmons was the one that was shaken up a while ago, and if you're laying there on the turf, I don't know how you have a concussion and you don't come out for a while.
Well, their tight end is who they were going at. Seneca did a good job because he was trying to sneak behind the linebackers. There's a couple defensive players there for Seneca that were able to cover him up because he was trying to go across the field.
Miller was wide open on the other side of the field. He threw in a bunch of traffic right here. There was linebackers.
It basically was a one-man route on what he was looking for.
Again, double tight wing back. Handoff's going to go to Jackson, trying to get to the edge, makes a cutback. Renfro giving chase, and he's going to be taken down. Helping out is Jagger Wilson up to about the 37.5, 38-yard line.
Big play here, guys.
4th down and 6.
And obviously 4-down territory for Nevada, down by 2 touchdowns. And once again, where is 83? Because he's the one that's been able to sneak out.
Well, when they need 14 14's Collins is their guy. When they need a big play, they go to Collins and look for it. Of course, Seneca might be thinking that too. They may go to Jackson again. Double tight formation, 1 wing back.
Tight ends lined up on that right side.
Braden, shotgun. Collins goes in motion, play action, looking over the middle. He's looking for the home run ball. It's overthrown. It's going to be a turnover on downs because Jackson didn't have a chance. Trying to wheel route with the fullback, running back out of the backfield.
You see it there on the replay. The running back was open as well. Just overthrew him. But that's a big stop for Seneca. If you can go in and score, that might be a punch-out blow for Seneca. This is the first time all night, or all second half, either team has stopped the other.
Now we got ball security as they're going to be trying to strip it from every which direction. Wilson and Sherwood split out to the far side. Silas ball at the H-back. 4-man front for Nevada. They're showing a 5th man up at the linebacker position. Miller's going to break free. Oh, he was almost able to break free. Got through the first guy. Jackson takes him down at the 34, 33-yard line. About a 5-yard pickup for Miller on that carry.
Now you love to run the clock a little bit here if you're Seneca. Go in and score, but try and run some time off the clock here.
5:18 to go in this one. Seneca with the 2-score lead, 48-33. Again, they're taking their time. Up to the line of scrimmage now. Haynes going to go in motion. It's going to be a fake to Haynes. It's going to be a quarterback keeper to the right side. Bouncing out to the outside is Probert. Probert's going to get enough for the first down inside the 25 to the 24. Good first down run there by Probert.
Well, you look at it there on the replay, back behind the right side there, and then you also have your lead blocker and ball. You have a pulling guard in Renfro as well. Good job there by Seneca.
Under 5 minutes to go in this one. Got your clock there in the bottom right side of the screen.
The clock becomes Seneca's friend and Nevada's enemy.
Receivers to each side for Probert. And it's going to be a quarterback sweep to the right side. He's just waiting, setting up shop. Now he's going to make one man miss at the 10. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brody Probert, as he punches it in from 24 yards out. And the Indians add to their lead with a little bit more of a cushion.
And you just look, it's student body right. Ball picks up a block. Miller picks up enough of a block to allow Probert to get by that linebacker. And Seneca has eclipsed the 50-point mark here tonight.
Point after try pending. Laughlin the holder. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is going to get blocked at the line. Kick is blocked at the line. 54-33. Seneca leading by 21 with 4:29 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Welcome back here to Tom Hodge Field. 4:29 to go in this one. Seneca with a 21-point cushion now as they had a 3-play, 1 minute, 14-second drive, resulting with Probert taking it in from 24 yards out on the quarterback sweep to the right. A little squib kick that's going to bounce up, and it's going to be fielded by 15 Majors. At about the 37-yard line, he's going to down it there. First down and 10 for Nevada.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, KNEO 917 Sports. Seneca softball at Carl Junction Monday afternoon, 4:30 first pitch. We'll have that broadcast for you on our KNEO Sports site.
First down and 10 for Nevada. Bringing the play in from the sideline. They had to get an extra lineman out there with their short lineman. Jace Renfro, he's fired up, ready to go. He wants more action with 4:30 to go in this one. Collins and Major split out to the near side. Probably going to be looking to pass a little bit more with Collins' speed. Low snap. It's going to hand it off to Jackson. Jackson's got the edge set, and Hunter Haynes up-ends Jackson, and Jackson's slow to get off the turf after that one. Ball placed at the 41, a 4-yard pickup. Second down and 6.
It was a good tackle there by Haynes because otherwise that could have been a big gain.
I mean, really, Nevada's averaging 4 yards a carry right now. That's not a bad average. It's just they haven't had the crucial pickups when they needed to here and there. Second down and 6, under 4 minutes. 2 receivers to each side. Well, 2 receivers to this side, one on the far side. Again, hand off to Jackson. No, it's going to pass over the middle to Collins. Collins is going to get slowed down by, ball comes loose. Ball's on the ground, and it's going to be,
they call it incomplete.
Oh, they're going to call it incomplete pass.
No, they're saying he's down.
Whoa, I don't know about that one. Watch the replay there. Collins takes 5, 6, 7, 8 yards.
Nowhere near down.
He took 8 yards downfield.
There is no way he was down. You look at that on the replay, and the referees.
Oh, goodness sakes.
He never fell on the ground.
Goodness sakes, that is a missed call if I've seen one. So a 21-yard pickup there on that pass completions to Collins, but really wasn't. It was a fumble. Braden going to roll out to the right. Probert's going to give chase and force him out of bounds. Man, I don't know how you can call he was down. He was still running, literally mid-stride when the ball popped free. Wasn't even close to the turf. Boy, and Seneca's got the 21-point lead right now, but I hate to just be harping on that, but it's just not it's not a call that you make. There's nothing there.
Well, you just got to move on now if you're Seneca and see if you can stop them here on second down.
Ball at the 33, a 5-yard pickup for Braden on that last carry. Braden going to look to throw, got a man open over the middle, and it's going to be batted down by Drew Sherwood. Good coverage there by the senior defensive back.
I think it was on that tight end there trying to flash across the middle. Good job, like you said, there by Sherwood. Actually, it was that inside wide receiver, and he was able to get a hand in front of it.
Collins is a speedster. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, Drew's been on Collins all night, so wherever Collins goes, so does Drew, just like right now.
Majors and Collins split out to the near side. Got to watch Snyder on that backside wing back because he might release free. Roman Miller's covering him up.
You got to watch crossing here.
There you go. It's going to be a deep heave this time. Blaze Graham's going to run and be safety underneath this one. He's going to intercept at the 5-yard line. He's got red in front of him blocking the way, and they're going to call a penalty flag by the back judge. Blaze Graham still on his feet and finally going to be taken down at the 38-yard line.
They're calling pass interference on Drew Sherwood. So this one's coming back. That back judge is the one that called it.
It's just kind of an upsetting, your guys are making plays. They're going to call a PI. He's stride for stride with the kid. But, again, Seneca fans obviously upset with that play as they're still discussing it.
Blaze Graham was playing free safety there. And so that's what, he was the one that made the interception. And they are going to call pass interference on Drew Sherwood. And so that's going to take off the interception, and it's also going to give them a first down at about the 17-yard line.
Well, that wasn't even close.
No.
Wasn't even close to pass interference.
I feel for Coach Hilburn right now. What are you supposed to do? You're teaching your guys the mechanics of how the roughing the passer play earlier that extended a drive on 4th down. How is that a roughing the passer? The pass interference there. Don't see that one. The ball popping free on a guy clearly mid-stride. They call it down by contact. And it's just it's upsetting for the guys because they deserve better. Coach Drew Sherwood's talking to his guys, telling them, hey, let's go. Let's get back to the sideline. It's going to give them a new set of downs all the way down to the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Nevada. 3 minutes to go in this one.
Clock should start here soon, too. Although I think they're going to say it goes on the snap.
2 receivers to the far side. That's Majors and Collins. Low snap. Handoff's going to go to Jackson. Renfro missed him coming up to make the plays. Hunter Haynes and trips him up all the way up. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play to the 16. 2nd down and 8. Seneca faithful fired up right now. They know their boys are fighting hard out there, and they deserve better from the calls that they've been receiving.
Nevada just called their first timeout.
We'll step aside 2:46 to go here in this one on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
We welcome you back. 2:46 to go here at Tom Hodge Field. And again, the Seneca faithful really fired up after the last couple series that we've seen on defense. 2nd down and 8 coming up for Nevada. Ball deep inside Seneca's territory. Coach Hilburn still trying to get an explanation from the back judge as he called the pass interference. And now he's having a discussion with the referee. And again, Coach Hilburn just fighting for his guys more than anything. And I've been in this situation as a referee. The coach is upset, and there's a call they don't agree with, and they're coming at you, even though there's somebody else on the court or on the field that's making the call. All you can do is say, look, it's not my zone, it's not my area. He's got the explanation for it. So sometimes that's a tough one. As a coach, you know that your guys deserve better, and you want to fight for your guys.
Lately, they've had some low snaps here, so see if Seneca can force a couple. There's another low snap.
Jackson's going to get the handoff. He's going to give a stiff arm to Jace Renfro, and Renfro just going to wrestle him down to the turf. Renfro comes up big with a stop there to make it 3rd down and long. Forward progress back to the 22.
And Seth, once again, like I said, the last 3 or 4 snaps, they've all been low, and that has kind of threw off the progression here for Nevada. It's going to be 3rd down and about 14, it looks like, maybe 13. It's not 3rd down and 70. I know that.
No, it's close to 70 though. It's a 3rd down and 14 for Nevada. Double tight formation. Got to remember your keys here on defense. Handoff's going to go to Collins. Collins is going to get wrapped up and taken down. As coming up to make the play is Brock Pendergraft. Pendergraft got in that hip pocket of Collins and took out about 3 different linemen with him. Pendergraft's fired up. Renfro's fired up. This defense is fired up right now.
And the clock is continuing to wind here. Kind of surprised Nevada hasn't bothered with a timeout here.
Well, I mean, you're also down 21 with under 2 minutes to go. That's almost I won't say improbable, but it's difficult.
Improbable is better than saying impossible.
Yeah. 2 receivers split out to the near side. Collins and Majors. Braden, shotgun formation. He's going to fake it, hand it off, or looking for the deep ball. That's going to be incomplete. No penalty flags on that one. The receiver comes up looking for a flag. 1:29 to go. Turnover on downs, and Seneca's going to move to 3-0.
Looks like Seneca is going to bring out the bomb squad here for the final minute 29.
1st down and 10 for Seneca. This game isn't really much of as far as a rivalry game. But the last 3 years, these two teams have been very, very good. 4 years, actually, going back to the 2022 season. 2022, Nevada comes down here, wins 49-14. Then Seneca goes up there, wins a close one with the last-second passing reception by Hagen Ginger. Caught it on his leg or something like that. I remember that odd play. And then last year, Seneca with the shutout. Tonight with a much better play, as Seneca's got it first down and 10 as Coach Durbin comes down, about shoves me through the window. Low snap. Handoff's going to go to, I didn't see, that's Logan Thompson. Boy, he got wrapped up and taken down awkwardly. Luckily, he's okay. And a loss of 4 in the play. 2nd down and 14.
It is the second stringers out there for Seneca.
Yeah, Thompson's just a sophomore for Seneca. Looks like Nevada still has their ones out there on the field. And so Seneca doing the wise thing here. It's not going to hurt you at all to lose a couple yards with 1 minute to go, under a minute to go. It's going to be the option play, and it's going to be Davis taken to the right side. He's got an opening, lowers his shoulder. He's going to get up and get some positive yards. It's about the 24-yard line. 6-yard pickup, 3rd down and 8.
And it's just student body right there on the play. You have your lead blockers did a good job, and he's able to get some positive yards here. Seneca only needs one more snap unless Nevada decides to call a timeout.
I don't think they will. Handoff's going to go to Thompson once again. He gets up in it after he gets across the 26-yard line, we'll say. So 27-yard line to pick up a 3 for Thompson on that carry, and that will do it. As the clock winds down to 14-13, you can follow it on your screen there. Seneca's going to move to 3-0. Nevada is going to have their first loss in the season. 54-33 your final score. Indians come out victorious tonight here in their home opener. We'll be back with a postgame show right after this.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
Mid-America Specialty Markets of Seneca is a supporter of the Seneca Indians, and they're proud to bring you today's game. They provide insurance services for the 4-state area, including home, auto, life, and agribusiness. Located at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, they are licensed in Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas. Learn more today at midminsurance.com or call 417-451-9177. Mid-America Specialty Markets. Protecting your business and family is our specialty.
When we look back through our lives, we remember the friendships we had over the years. If we're lucky, some of those same friends are still in our lives. However, odds are that we may not be very close to many of those old friends. But there is one relationship you can trust forever. That is a relationship with Jesus. He loves you and will never leave you once you commit to Him. If you want to learn more about that kind of relationship with Jesus, then call us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us at chataboutjesus.com.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
And we welcome you back as Seneca with a 54-33 victory, and Coach Darryl Harbaugh with our player of the game.
Hey, we got Hunter Haynes down here tonight. Hunter, I'm telling you what, I've watched you on defense these first 3 games. You're playing safety,
yes,
but
sir.
Man, do you come downhill hard.
Oh, yes. Our team is made for the safety, make the fits. Everybody just fills a hole, safety makes a tackle. That's the way our game plan works.
Well, you come off the edge pretty quick, and I mean into their legs, making the tackles in the open field. You've made a few tackles tonight. There wasn't nobody behind you. If you didn't make the tackle, they were gone.
Yes, sir. The team's got to be able to trust me. I got to be able to trust them. I see my read key. I just hit the hole, hit it fast. That's my goal.
Tell you what, you've done a great job, and I'm telling you what, I'm going to tell you right now, we missed you more than anything that last year at the end of the year. Let's try to stay healthy the whole year this time. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I don't want to miss a state game this year.
Hey, one more. Enjoy the victory tonight. Let's have a good practice next week. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I like it. Thank you.
Back to you guys. I'm in the booth.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. That's Hunter Haynes. What a tremendous night for that young man. I don't keep track of the tackles. It's hard enough trying to keep the offensive stats, but Hunter was all over the field tonight. If there was just one man to beat, that was Hunter Haynes, and Haynes wasn't going to be the man that got beat. Great job by him. He also had a blocked point after try, almost returned a kickoff for a touchdown. He was just everywhere tonight doing everything he could do. Really appreciate that young man's heart and his effort. Every single week he gives 110% for sure. We're going to take another break here. We come back, we'll have more post-game show for you. Let's try that as we see if Coach Hilburn's going to make his way up here. He may be enjoying this one as he might be a little bit hot down there on that sideline, not just because of the temperature and humidity outside, but
I think I saw him making his way up here eventually.
We're going to take a break. We come back, we'll have more post-game show for you. Your post-game show sponsors, Crowder College and the Seneca School District.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
Welcome back into the postgame show here tonight. Postgame show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Indians victorious 54-33. I'm joined by the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn. First off, congratulations. Boy, that was a hot night as far as temperature-wise, but, man, there were some calls out there that we were up here in the booth just kind of aggravated about them. But, you guys had a little bit of emotion out there fighting for your guys out there, but a great victory for you guys tonight overall.
Yeah, just some adversity, and that was one of the things that we were worried about in the playoffs last year. We didn't see a ton of adversity in the regular season, so even our kids, Jace Renfro came to me in the fourth quarter and said, we're going to be ready to go in playoff time because we've seen a lot of it, and we knew we were going to. Our schedule is tough. I mean, everybody in the Big 8 is good, and that's a Nevada team that some polls have them as high as number 3 in Class 4, and they're averaging 56 points a game. Really tough to defend, and I know it says we gave up 33, but our kickoff team, we obviously have some stuff to fix there. So our defense played better than that 33 shows on the board.
Yeah, 2 of those scores, basically one of them, obviously the kickoff return, and the other one gives them the ball on the 20-yard line, gives them a very short field to work with. Going through that first half, you gave up 27 rushing yards, 53 passing yards. Kind of out of characteristic for Nevada to be passing the ball so much. They go for over 140, I think, tonight through the air. Was that just because you guys had their defense fitted so well, or their offense fitted so well with your game plan?
I think so, yeah. And normally they're in that main formation they run, and they were in a ton of formations tonight. And I think we had a pretty good handle on their main formation. They did make some adjustments in the second half that we had to readjust off of there in the fourth quarter. Coach Crane did a really good job with that. But, yeah, and they got some athletes to get in space. 14, John Collins is maybe the best athlete in the conference. That kid is really, really good, and he's doing a good job of finding different ways to get him in space.
And looking at your defensive side, you get an interception that's called back. You had a fumble here late that was not called a fumble. I don't know how they called that one down by contact. You had another pass interference earlier. We were just kind of questioning and roughing the passer penalty as well. We were just kind of questioning out there. I know, kind of walk us through that, your mindset, what you saw out there, because we know what we saw up here.
Yeah, obviously I wasn't pleased, and I caught those guys walking off to make sure they knew it was nothing personal, and they know I'm just fighting for my guys there. Yeah. And I didn't agree with the roughing the passer because it was a halfback pass, and it was a running back outside the pocket, and our guys going to defend sweep there, and gets called for roughing the passer. Then we're in the perfect defense with the safety over the top and get called for a pass interference there. So, yeah, some tough breaks, but our kids played through it. They rallied. They didn't hang their head, kind of like we did week 1. They rallied there at the end, ended up getting the stop, and got our 2 offense on there for a series.
You guys were only held out of the end zone one time tonight. That was on a fumble, and that was one where Probert's breaking free, and he gets caught from behind. Somebody punches the ball out from the top. Otherwise, you guys had an amazing night on offense tonight. Very short drives, too. You kind of want to give your defense, those that don't go both ways, kind of a chance to rest. But the way you guys were moving the ball, there wasn't much of a chance for them to rest.
Yeah, I told our kids we have an offensive meeting before we come out, and normally I script probably the first 10 plays and try to stay on script. And I was scripting this morning, and I had to make myself quit at 19. I told our kids I felt like we had a lot of really good stuff We just had to go out and execute. And, yeah, outside the turnover, really, really good job for our offense.
You talk about the adversity that you guys saw tonight, kind of building forward to more tougher opponents going down the stretch whenever you get to districts, whenever you get to playoff, because everybody's going to be playing their best game one and done. How does your team kind of respond to that overall, and what do they do to kind of pull themselves out of those midst of when there could be depths of despair, guys start shaking their heads because you see Renfro pop up, make a huge play in the backfield. Then you see Pendergraft make a play right after all those sequence of events where guys could just kind of shut down, man, things aren't going, even though you have the 21-point lead.
Yeah, that's the thing that week 1 you didn't see us do because it was foreign territory to us. Last year going into the state title game, our closest game was like 20 points. And we just weren't in very many of those situations. That's not, at the time you think it's a good thing, but it's not a good thing. And so week 1 when it happened, we had some blank stares, and we don't have that anymore. Our kids understand our conference is really good. Really, really good, and it's going to even get better as we go on here. But if you can survive our conference, man, you're ready for Week 10 and district play.
Well, you talk about how the Big 8 is kind of a run-first conference. You guys tonight, unofficially, 482 yards on the ground. I don't know if you like those stats or not too much, but pretty good, averaging 9 yards a carry. Talk about that offensive line and how they've gelled so far from week 1, kind of coming together because you basically had 5 guys in new formations, new positions that they hadn't played in before.
Yeah, you're right. It's 5 new, and then with the tight end, it's 6 new. So it's brand new to us up front. we're not where we want to be, but like I said in the pregame show, that we're ahead of schedule in my mind, and we were able, and stuff that's not going to be seen with the naked eye, but we started putting in some new tags in our run game that I think were huge for us, that broke some tendencies this week, and that's probably something early in the year I didn't think we'd get to till week 5 or week 6, and I thought we were where we need to be, and then those really paid off tonight.
All right, Coach, we're going to let you go enjoy this one. Home opener, victory here at Tom Hodge Field. Feels good to have that. We'll see you next week in Monette.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we'll be back with more post-game show for you right after this.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
When we look back through our lives, we remember the friendships we had over the years. If we're lucky, some of those same friends are still in our lives. However, odds are that we may not be very close to many of those old friends, but there is one relationship you can trust forever. That is a relationship with Jesus. He loves you and will never leave you once you commit to Him. If you want to learn more about that kind of relationship with Jesus, then call us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us at chataboutjesus.com.
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Mid-America Specialty Markets of Seneca is a supporter of the Seneca Indians, and they're proud to bring you today's game. They provide insurance services for the 4-state area, including home, auto, life, and agribusiness. Located at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, they are licensed in Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas. Learn more today at midminsurance.com or call 417-451-9177. Mid-America Specialty Markets. Protecting your business and family is our specialty.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
We welcome you back into the post-game show here in Seneca, Missouri. Again, Indians victorious tonight by a score of 54-33. Your post-game show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Run through some stats for you tonight. John Collins, 9 carries, 53 yards. Excuse me. Yes, that's Collins, 9 carries, 53 yards. 11 carries, 46 yards for Jackson. Braden had 5 carries, -1. Majors had 1 carry for 5 yards. Braden was 7 of 11 for 166 yards, 23 yards per passing completion, and Nevada averaged 3.6 yards per carry tonight, 28 attempts, 103 yards, 269 total yards for Nevada on offense. Not too bad for Seneca's defense against a team that came in averaging a lot of rushing yards on the ground. Looking for the Indians, looks like Miller had 25 carries, 275 yards. Probert, 21 carries, 186 yards. Davidson had a carry for 6 yards. Wilson had 3 carries for 15 yards. Thompson had 2 carries for -1. Probert was 2 for 4 on the night, just for 2 yards. So 482 yards rushing for the Indians tonight on 52 attempts, 9.2 yards per carry on offense tonight. 56 plays of offense for the Indians, 44 for Nevada. Time of possession that second half, Nevada had at 15:08. They scored on their first 3 possessions starting the second half, but the bad news was Indians also scored on 3 of their possessions and the 4th possession of the second half to get their 21-point victory tonight. And then they had 2 turnovers on down, Nevada did, late in the game. Again, Seneca with 25-39 time of possession compared to Nevada's 22-21 overall time of possession. A good night for Seneca on offense for sure. Good night on defense. Probably like to see some things cleaned up from the kickoff team. Coach Hilburn will say, like you mentioned a while ago, that 33 amp, maybe not really a true 33, maybe a 21 score type of scenario. But
that second one, too, you take 2 scores off the board there potentially.
Right.
For them.
Well, then not just that. You take the fumble. That was not called a fumble.
Yeah.
And that takes a score off the board there as well. So there's really 3 scores that could come off the board here. It ends up being a 12-point victory.
Not 12.
54-12 is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Good job by the Indians overall. Any thoughts, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. We talked about how you were wondering if they needed to pass the ball. I said no, and I think I was correct in thinking that until people prove, and people are, starting to stack the box on Seneca, and they're still able to run the ball. So you may see a little bit more passing in the coming weeks because I guarantee everybody's going to start stacking the ball on Seneca. But I still think as long as you're successful, it doesn't matter. You just run the ball down people's throats.
Yeah, good job by the Indians tonight to get this victory to open up at home. Always feels good to win a good one at home. We will go to a break. We come back. We'll have the Final Drive Scoreboard Show sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the stadium for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network.
Welcome into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This game has been so exciting here tonight at Tom Hodge Field that I haven't even kept up those scores are going on around the area. Let's get you to those right now. Cassville over East Newton, 24-14. That is a final. Lamar over Tipton. That's a big game there. Lamar winning 21-7. McDonald County having no problem with Mount Vernon, 48-7. Monette all over Aurora, 60-16 tonight. Monette putting up 28 and 24 in the first 2 quarters against Aurora.
In the COC Conference, Willard has a 28-7 lead over Waynesville in the third. Webb City doubles up Kickapoo 49-21. Neosho, maybe a little bit of a surprise, not that they won by how much they won. They beat Lebanon 47-17. Maybe try and give some people some problems in the COC West. Carthage all over Glendale, 48-15. And Nixa, maybe a little bit of a surprise of how close it was. They only beat Joplin 28-14, and that game was 14, it was 14-7, 21-7 at one point. So a lot closer than what the score actually says.
Moving over to the Ozark Mountain Conference, Branson over Bolivar, 35-6. Carl Junction over Marshfield, 49-15. Logan Rogersville over Parkview, 34-12. West Plains over Hillcrest, 56-7.
And the Mid-Lakes, Fairgrove had a 28-14 third quarter lead, and Clever beat Reed Spring 21-14.
All right, we're going to take a break. We come back, we'll have the rest of the Final Drive Scoreboard Show sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome back into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Ash Grove over Stockton 39-6. Marionville over Skyline. That's a first quarter score, 36-6. Diamond over Southeast 42-6. And Sarcoxy over Pierce City 30-27.
And the only 8-man score that we had is Lockwood beat Jasper 67-20. And in Oklahoma, the only score we have is a third quarter score, Grove beating Jay 34-0.
Over in the SEK, Mulvane over Independence 39-6. In the CNC Conference, St. Mary's Colgan over Frontenac 29-13. Galena over Columbus 20-13. Baxter Springs over Afton 40-8. That's going to wrap things up here for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Big thank you to Landon Reiser running the camera for us up top this evening, to Daryl Harbaugh on the sideline, getting us those spots and getting us the close-up version of what's going on down the field. So for Landon, Ben, I'm Seth Wilson saying so long from Tom Hodge Field, Earl Campbell Stadium. Again, your Indians victorious 54-33. Join us next week as the Indians will travel to Monette to take on the high-flying Cubs here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or a therapist can help you get back in the game. Join us again after the game next week as we will once again bring you all the latest scores right here on the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.